a forward America for. America for na insisi say omu prema ye nye sa model no. Ye wie ya tim. Awano
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
Young crop for your co-opposition, your ministers be our body diums. Oh, we dear. No, ye nipa. Obi so body di person. One of the dear co-opposition. And this if we buy, I can quickly give you about 10 names. One of the NDC co-opposition.
Sir,
into your politician.
So when.
Oh, many fellas for Suka account.
What the NDC be
co-opposition. Oh, or no Joyce Bower account. Or no so the NDC. Gay ya no CTFM and ne. When they be pre Shamima Muslim. One year Kahubi. Sami dem Fimo Kahubi. Any pateni with the market.
Omo the NDC be co-opposition.
No much as a crowd or moko.
Kwambe so no masha say
adia ba
we need your communication
and yes me need your communication person fellow so for so kwache oyemia they sending the test you didn't come out any ade approach kura no dey ba mu no and no and amasem yakodum pempe
so that substantive matter
na the tiani say one mo ankasa no there's a clear distinction between party communication and government communication. So when you bedru o mine so a e wo mu se dru ba bia party communication no a complementary government communication. Your mine adwuma e na wo ye. Enti no won kwa ntimi nye you get a team of communication expert. Wo me na be guide wo. Issues bi wo no mu a ehia sa ban no kwa na e ba.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na no kre eye ba ko pe.
One major flashpoint continues to be the Boku area. Only 2 days ago, an incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the Otumfor mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visits abroad.
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
Let us support our security services and the Ghana Armed Forces with information that is useful and intelligence that is helpful, that will advance their work rather than retrogress it. Let me reiterate that we will take all allegations of crime seriously and trigger our security service investigative machinery to go after criminals, no matter who they are. But let me state emphatically also that we do not have the resources and time to engage in any game of smoke and mirrors.
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
Reverend cannot be made an example. Two, Reverend is not a loner. He has not walked alone. He will never walk alone. As a caucus, we have our various committee heads, and he is the leader of the Defense and Interior Committee of our caucus, and he speaks for the caucus, and he expresses the views of the caucus. So nobody should make any attempt to single him out and try to come here, intimidate him. He walks through this unfortunate valley of the shadow of death, but he will fear no evil. Because he walks with his God and the strength of the mighty 88 behind him. So please, government officials, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Stop it. Let's engage. We are political actors. Let's assure the people that we are ready to uphold the promises of the Constitution and democracy. This must stop.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Our Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Trade held a session with the U.S. ambassador to clarify what the implications of the tariff are for Ghana particularly. And I think in the next few days, the Minister of Foreign Affairs will release a paper, a statement on what the implications of those tariffs are. But I just join His Excellency to say that we all accepted a rule-based trading system, and it has served the world well because it has led to quite significant growth in GDP across the world. It is unfortunate that without resorting to the rules-based system, one country unilaterally decides to increase tariffs across board on all countries. Ghana got slapped with 10%, which is the lowest in the tariffs that were rolled out. But a country like Lesotho got slapped with 46%. And if you understand that one of the largest contributors to Lesotho's economy is the trade and garments industry, export under AGOA to United States, then you can be sure that it's going to affect a small country like Lesotho. Many of the factories that have set up there might look for areas where they can receive cheaper tariffs, to be able to continue to export into the American market. So it has very severe implications for everybody. And I believe that a multilateral world serves us all better than unilateral world, where people just take decisions based on only their country's interests. We must look at the broader global partnerships and the global interests rather than just our parochial national interests.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now,
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Sa decisions we on the monetary policy rate ne T-bills rate a bit me achieve the same results, but a bit me artificial. At the end of the day, you succeed, say obey shrink sika from the system because our monetary policy rate do 28%. But the T-bills rate, it discourage amount from buying. Inti, so man fan kwashe baby fufra. Still, sika in the system no more hoard. Inti you may think say will control inflation. There's one more pay up sika, but indeed, one more pay up sika. Scanning for one more thing. Or T-bills rate to cost ra, then they pump the money into the system. Tibi abetime ebe otiechebe say, oh, I have succeeded with the monetary policy rate to reduce inflation, but ne womu pa ne say artificial. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's what I've been on that. That's what I guess what I've been saying. What's up, man? I'm on light questions. So Prof. Oh, my ferry.
Because the analysis and I'm saying, okay, so if your focus is inflation, why have that down?
Open that down. You create a lot of artificial issues. And for me, share a my own marketing. Sika okay.
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
Baby, when you say first now you have been shut down per politics. You see politics for no money or money and your money. But namumu a binumu sunti, and you know, near this a bebuama or minor costu. Now, about 1 o'clock, per now I a lawyer, my lawyer for in your point of fear for that. Yamishra.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Efri Omangana beye Omei betumpona Efri Ejumadene ahonfama osompani enimia Onso ye wofa Omangana beye Omai betumpona Efri 19 minutes gone past the hour 2. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and the 11th day in the month of April 2025. EpaHoaDaben Jumedieni. I had a happy 98.9 FM, so that was it. So what they are to her. Yamin Shrawo. Say, wako Facebook, wa log it on. Na odi we need our live stream achi. I appreciate your commitment. But as I said, we so what coming who be no joining live on Facebook and live on radio. We are wrapping up the week. It's been a week of major topical issues. Sa week way has really gotten Ghana talking. The saga of 2 flights and the whole cloud shrouding it. I mununkum kase ne butu ayesa plane minu e bae ho. Mununkum no ene se besi ne no krepe wasa asem no mu ne yehunu yi. Enso empini da so gina ba bi ogina aban timi nche no aban so nkyerɛkyerɛ mu ɔde ba yɛn nso akreti ensɛm ɛwɔ kromu manfo sɛ ɛno kora bɛhono nsɛm no ama abie gaps bi egu akwan mu. So indeed this matter I gain prominence in the media as well as public attention pa. Ewe yɛmɛse betimi akanachi a also ye wofa na mamimbusa week we ankasa akoyi amaode. How has the week been for you? Media for me it's been very fruitful and yama me disi meni so na wotwi emu dodo na metimi ayi e de free ho ne mensan kan so me pem so na me bom paye so obo ade de me nkwa beche me na wache me apomuden ne ahodene na metimi apem akoso na ne aka no me setimi aka na mesusu sa wonso ye ne sanka beboa pa isa ne sede bia me kase ade achimbia eye akwanya sonko obo ade nyankropon de ama wo se ne wantimi anye ne nra ne odi si wani so a won sanka bo hye bia wo bi hye wanra anamon bi a wo ye sanka wutu anamon na wie peye enne ade achuna won kwan wa hode ne dia na kire se a opportunity se na no de no besan to aso no wato akoso bi mu memo abemumbu se enra ankoye ne bekoye enna ankoye a wochina bekoye ochina ankoye a na de chiye bekoye. And that is what is keeping us hoping against hope, keeping hope alive and pushing on, not giving up. And we person who adopt this attitude, you know, never give up. Eda wobe jemu, eda wobe give up on yourself. Sada no we ya ba. Enti jina brane, minim sa brabo na edene, minim se kromo ye hye. Minim se dan boy ye den pa, me ne woka se obi dwene kwan obefa so a me rent in 2 months time obe raise eje say bia waye lazy wan save sika ne ade o utimi save sika na bribia bebom ade no so abebom na hu hia e wo sa wo solve akotam na de akosom na wasan akɔhyɛ ase foforo unia Ghana magic ne no krom ha o oba de kan ho enti amoa ba mu ne wo fam no obi fam bi ne wo fam no obi fa ne kyɛnsaa mu bato no kora nye na adwene sɛ o ma na ba mu abu mesro bebre kan sisi so di wutirim eto da bi nso ani etirim ye de dodo yakɔ ho kyerɛ kakra mu a na ye bɔbe na ne yesu yakɔ ho kyerɛ kakra mu na ye pɛmoa ne anya na kyerɛ sɛ yesusu sɛ enipa to ya jeje mu onyame wura free yen but aho kyerɛ no so akanipa brabo ho hwɛ ahohia akanipa brabo ho ohia enye but akanipa brabo ho sɛ wo ohia mu ana kyerɛ sɛ wo adwuma yɛ so beyi wo ho afiri saa wo ohia ni mu ɛno ne wo task ɛno ne wo challenge na challenge bia so no wo kopie mu a ana wo kopie so a ɛwɔ sɛ wo yɛ ne obɛyɛ bia so be samount saa challenge no ɛnsɛ sɛ challenge no ebu nkam fa wo so tijina brane ebe pemo eno de menka nada nobody promised the rosy life ebe pemo pa in fact eto de be a pemo a ebo santo ho but the righteous will fall 7 times as many times as you will fall remember never remain down never remain there ahiase ne de beba uye nipa owura beho ubesu uye nipa badu su wi apepa wanim pro hinimu pepa hona no pepa wanim ne fa wo ho na tisi abontene ka kire wo ho se eye ne na meda fom but me san sorry me ni ne Bismark Brown obetimi afre me bb me de we show nkran ne hye enkomo atwetwe na ase ene awie Boko is burning. Nenya sem de enya ni kasem ayare hosem. Mene wo kase na wie IGP aya Christian Yohunu. In fact, on Namboko Mountain so from one palace to the other, meeting aya traditional and opinion leaders. Ochia aya security mpanimfo a ewo Boko. And the political actors within Boko. And it's been one meeting after the other. Now IGP na namuntu a wotwe eye se na no wukwada rehosem a yete se Boko yenimim se emiri bi no ekofom kakra badansa na binda da na be sore so no September October thereabout Boko ntokwasem ne san peja no homi so biemu and it has been so since that time. And a police commander owo Boko the private residence, angry youth belonging to one of the factions apeja to nainimu ashigrebo mask. I hope we have that video here. Police commander ne dina omakeja to muno se uhu send ya dine share anche se mrante no suno mani abrepa. The MP for Eye Boko, Eye the Honorable Mahama Yarego Sansuso, Eye majority leader is out of town. Same way SC Onechi. But he has issued a statement. Now in his statement, observe say ankono anka sansu ni fie so anka ko kaja dia tumahye no. Eden na kofa santa wantawa e baaye. Eden na kofa sa resurgence of violence isan baaye. When him say a yabusuako mienu na ekontokwa na emani be everyone side eko edwom ewo wa the other side na we na babia emanu ko edwom no ye se ye mpere mamu mbedi dwa wa ha muso monko babia mote ni babia mo fire na monko na monko kodi mu dwa wo ho ye ma mo kwan mentime ho ase amma fa mentime ho ase bae ema keka den generate into ntokwa kese ma na esi ama nipa ba konso ahwere ne nkwan ya It is quite sad. Very, very sad. Police ni ba kwa prapa. Immigration officer bin so prapa. Na enye police command na private residence nko na amanfo ekọ attack ye. Asemne hu. Violence and also cause considerable damage to police property. 2 vehicles and also no cry. Police for baby ayakọ rent ama wo mu a wo mote emrante no ekọ attack ho ama chese ehọ nso omasɛ niema eno wo binduri officers bebre so efie were attacked and then we'll cross over to Binduri and we'll talk to a victim of sa attacks and violence here cause so ewo eye boko first hand experience ono ana nani tua bi ono ankase ye to share no su bi we'll talk and every but what does it point to you and I indicate to you say uhu say a family no a ko ahensem ho de omabufuo atene anasa mu de omabufuo akosoe banbofo security fo a omasede ne se omo be ensure law and order as well as peace na womo mumu na omo be the target of wonomu a womo kono indicate ade bi na sa indication no ene the IGP enamboko a ode achawpa ema na nanom ahemfo ene bokoman se ne police for aye wo mu bia wo mo emfanche na asomdwembra. But the question is ade ade ena police for akoye ene yebegum yebedwem. A conversation about Reverend Intim Fojo's allegation, which is yet to be proven. Eda so opono so. There were threats, see a bet chino. There were attempts, see a bet chino. And maso minority no I can't tell Edin see. Say womu chumu time. Womu ma aye abain security for me check Reverend Intim Fojo. And truly they have succeeded. But how is government going to get to the bottom of this matter? Of course, Galamsey won't go away today, won't go away tomorrow. And we won't also stop talking about it. Now what we did Galamsey won't come up. And we have been interrogating the Interior Minister's proposal and indeed in some part a directive to the IGP. So be sure. Say free ne kono police commanders are one more mining endemic areas and mining regions and districts in the rotating one more. We've been interrogating it this week. We'll continue today, seeking to wrap it up all. And why the government is moving, the party NDC is moving away from one earlier position. Say China for the year and say Shanghai. Emma womo be say yinsu no mo kokeke. Na mumu no se ade womo fire mra kwan so. Ede na asesa. Under John Mahama part 2. And they womo abandoning the prosecution of foreign nationals. Now omo call for repatriation. LI 2462. And then John Dramani Mahama. Also sana no the Bosha was share Ghana for revocation or repeal of LI 2462. Why amendment when he said he would repeal? Is there any justification? Any common among common area coming home and chenso now me about messages are there bring live on Facebook. Na maken can be a day amawo. Na kaise ode messages in ebano na oye decorous with your language. She okaseye. For some people mo be kaya ana mo de mo ni beto for mo me do mo messages so I skip. I sometimes tell you say you are ignored. Mo mu bi no mo kasa nye de. Nti mo mienhwe na ye nyina da. Asamo ne da pono so. Yehweni enka na yenya item didie ne personal attacks no. Let's deal with the issues. Show produced by the man Reynolds Yawajiman, aka The Mask. Meda a digital team na say Abigail ensure say we are streaming live together with Collins. And then we are yedin koma hodro na joining in our discussion and so Nanaya Achempem Jantwa, former General Secretary Emma CPP Amanyoko, now a presidential staffer of His Excellency John Dramani Mahame's administration. Nanaya Jantwa will be joining us live in the studio. The Honorable Isaac Ashama, a former member of Parliament, Emma Buem constituency, who will be here in the studio as well. Na yene a citizen bako Alexander, member of the NPP communication team, and indeed championing the Ken Japan for flag bearer agenda. We are isim konyane di sanse munyina hon komo. Kame hon. Kai said if you are so send a no may activate phone lines now. Na ne when yanka bi ne wadwene asesa wo ho e bia no wanya enhunumu foforo all the different angle neighbor maybe phone lines na ma actually na onso waba be kire wadwene as we wrap up the week epa ho da ben dwumedie enie na ene President John Dramani Mahama waye bi da but ene de no de akosoro ene de no apagya mu pa John Mahama Part 1 Oshe camouflage oppose a soldier for uniform ibi green Oshe bi. Now John Mahama Part 2 Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. And then wafa no ho papa. Bra Facebook never he. Bra ode bra Facebook ya bra Facebook never had ye na. Papa say woni mu a wo huna befo say soja ni pampa so ampapa o. Wow. We navy for the no hu white pa. And President John Dramani Mahama and then Ghana Armed Forces pass out officers are one more akọ recruitment we akọ training we na ehun foni twagu o Facebook live bra be he atade a President Mahama share na so the name say mu odu pa hu so the name odu wawe ni naval uniform ai ni naval ceremonial uniform Commander-in-Chief na say rank bia bonobuso rank bia bonobuso. That's right John Dramani Mahama no wodi nimre manini nimre wodi nimre na amanfo kasafa sa infoni ni video yi ho pa oko social media. It's getting a lot of people talking. Ebi bonechi ebi nso so bonabaso ebi nso so kase efe ebi nso so se ehun hia ene se bebre. I don't know what you make of this, but he's a commander-in-chief. He may not be a military officer, trained officer, but only the commander-in-chief soldier for ne police for the security for nyina ahye na se. Into wo share wo uniform ni bi on an occasion pass out a soldier for bone be na waye. This is not the first time. No, or share green, come on. And also so among for trouble ni bia. And they on paba, as I was check with the white pa navy for the. I'm calling inside the nursery. I didn't never. Come up, pal. So the new do. Na no. Over Facebook, abrabe. I'm say osifri ka ni mu no. Obusa ne ADC ne say bibia ya okay ana mo video ni start osifri ka ni nuti so busa na edisi ni say atade na okay mama shedi ye o de ha bu say odu ho say ade na okay ana na say akwaro so ya okay o bo ni trinko na ja Commander-in-Chief na no sanka wo mo kire no de mo as bibia salute e twa no yi for de ni bi
salute boys you
boys So I know they know some come chire no say twa salute no unsa ha no busa no say bibia okay
go 20 there
Charlie Sodo no de obo a
no I mean fatano
pa
omu isi undentia anya Sodo no mudu the way he handled it
say esensen no ho to so kurem
o say oso Sodo no neck no na nensa na base ni wa pushia ba anim kakra
okay asa we change first
ba ordinance si soro odi si na pempem ti say we change renot GM no we are press
ko reverse
na eno na ma na ne 90 na yesa odi ehwe odi ehwe so oso neck nim no pushi
ekọ na nimu ampa
ne kwa no ba ne onze nti handle no at the top no ahande ye nti na ma na yesa
no man kire no
yes clearly nti na salute no so he ahanso de ye defense minister what ya no na wa chairman so ni onyenye compose because
defense is so chiano amfa Commander in Chief Huno.
One no cry. Who's there? Adiano agina attention.
Yeah, attention attention now what adiano so.
As a pleasantries now as go exchange no.
So because no man is such a be a prekwanya fe no be around because onye comfortable.
Yes. Into you here.
Any chichi bebribia.
And this one omo handle ade we no. They have a lot. Baby or the son. Clearly, he didn't handle it well. And the military officers and they say, now that salute in a camouflage, is the best. Oh, hey, Facebook happy 98.9 FM.
And I said, you were any year than
yes, and then salute, you know. At Tadeo, his excellency, the president, don't feel comfortable.
A sword no na man anya comfortable so because ready sword so bono ho sa a sword no na man anya
do hear the position of the sword
when no watch me hu no
yes
na yemra nchia no so
nchia no now nchia no ho no me feel say mampanyi ho no na attention ni ho said the defense minister chia no and here watching from her defense minister chim from I say chom one training sir as a gloves no I shining sir so
and so gloves na show so nchia nye comfortable
yes
uche will be somewhere na enye too comfortable
as of the time all try so obechia na say military no call with time precision unya drew days no so a 10 ya e was national anthem nesu he is the president by then
sata so na defense minister akwa and on few
yes
why crowd crowd beg no
yes because at that time was what take salute no also attending ya na no salute say was salute you no we say we are we twe no ho awe o twetwe na tade
yeah dey
Nevie. Yeah. So
yes, I'm not calling the Sasha jacket in Musa.
Could no done on Suji salute Nibi.
Yes, sir.
What you say? Because oh here
from a part of China. So I will say Uchia will be a big Jemuna Nipana Hunu Unchia na say one on swan tenant and senchia ubia ayana some way it makes you feel a bit awkward it makes you feel a bit awkward pa Charlie Sanko back honor no
the president's attention was not there
when we so yeah listen non-verbal communication
yes
you ought to observe nipa na wo approaching no we say at that moment or composed enough to respond to greeting na because only the style of the moment and unim sadie way I think say influence bribi sempempi
oh who did that Abigail
and I don't know
Abigail now this is it and Abby, I'm sure we can ask questions on social media for people to answer because this one.
What would be that question?
Was it deliberate or not.
I don't think
and
it was.
mistimed or mistiming in Sana or they call His Excellency the President. What I say? Because just as in Sana Kono na Mampenyin so in sa.
But I can say
any issue
in communication, there is something called non-verbal communication.
Yes.
And no, and one na what they can be your body language and how they communicating.
Yeah.
Na na me ka say empempi you know say you call dwabwase a say be a party ye na panin bi ba na unim panin na eya na empempi no nipa pese obey nipa no na okochia no no hu say aha enye no na me ka say minister but me pese ye use we na ye de twetwe adwene si biribi so uhunu star celebrity na opening bi no ba bedwam na unim na se o approach nipa no with nchia na pleasantries a eya ye observant kakra busa se bebia wo gina no kra no nipa atwa ne ho ahia yi enti me ko obstruct wo mo tene me nsa ebe ya appropriate na
wakache wo aya
sane mani nyina ahia se wo tene wo nsa achia obi a you must catch the eye of the person oni na ni hia obehunu wo nsa enti e wo se esua sa ne man kitinkiti nyina sometimes to your man are uncomfortable themselves. Almost celebrities now to me uncomfortable because chinchina chia ya near pese ya na letting and sunny chia near the idea.
And be honzo at the timer we are speaking outside this
outside, yes.
Timer or no celebrity and as any partner who's a prominent individual.
Yeah.
Or share number of people are ready. When you on bechiano, any jumedi okudia or chia on summer. Here best on chado do one
into sir.
And you know now here obechi ni pa ba na protocol to prevent no. Into one here because me will do me so well feel
me. That's right.
This time the president saluted everybody around.
One greeting was enough. Enough so.
And the president about occasional. A few days now. Go round and church.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or Kosha say free the right side. The first line will be cheer the first line.
No salute.
Say it was a military event.
Yes.
The salute was for everybody. But the minister wanted to still handshake him.
The young Kobu. Until you say na.
I know it can be very embarrassing, Mum.
Attention. Sukra was not even looking at the president in his eyes. Until you, I
know her panemu. I'm funny.
I didn't know one in Sana because and start towing someone and I won't
say no expect it. He was expecting.
Yeah.
So the namfa obemwa sa neja why ne se ne.
The iron there. Bibi but is he F.
Now, Vincent Ohinijan said, Bibi, please, you should call out Mahama for what he's doing. He's a civilian leader and not a military leader. Assuming Akufo-Addo was driving in town in a military armored vehicle, what would we have said?
Was he in a armored vehicle?
Let's call a spade a spade. He wasn't in a military armored vehicle. He's talking about his uniform and say as a soldier near Oyema.
Anyone can say Nanado in this same uniform. Nanado as a uniform way no could have saw the Mr. Brown, na usri. Na semena usri zezi. Mr. Asemi na semena wakasi adia no na mampanyi Akufo-Addo. I share the same uniform.
Hey,
the same size. Mampanyi Akufo-Addo na share the same size, the same shoe.
The 18 the same size, 18 the same shoe.
Okay, the same design. They are not the same. The same design. Che.
Hey.
See a bit channel size.
Hey.
President Mama Diano Krana na umuye oversize.
I don't want to imagine.
Good. I don't want you to imagine anything.
I don't want to imagine.
Na so do no. I isn't God. It's a bias
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
What the can't come on. I didn't fancy come on.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Ye wotu mi fi utim na jase de no na ye nto adwumadi no so. O se mampenye Akufo-Addo. Ena share military uniform 1 2 3 mu bia. Ka ayin de betimi afọ. Akandra mana
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
akandra mana mebu muchumu mu vele correct. Oh. Ama msheta obro minsado.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Enti se unze we no president mama na me kondo soja dada
Nani jo.
president mama no kondo soja unze na se o kan
Jom hamo e murama no.
Ope soja sem
Unpe
unze na se
o murama na ntimi mpe soja for sem.
national service for no so be mu makoye bio ayede water gas ya mu do mu bae na mami bia na wo
Mame.
mami bia na wo
Okoya water guard.
oh adi water gas for no parade ni picture no mami na mami o to zo mo so bae
Obi ase do message we da.
na mi amanfo nya sa dem
Vincent Ohini Jansen Bibi. This all kind. First one.
I say we would have given Akufo. I need to make guy. My guy is a guy who's there. Or eventually, anybody say, on Facebook, I'll be comment.
What do you all Facebook comment?
But dear, Bajaman President Akufo-Addo na photo.
I would
ho.
Full photo.
And now
na some President Akufo-Addo you no need president and rather now.
Oh, but say ye hwe President Akufo-Addo. Hey, I don't know ready any bio. Photo ready any yo. President Mama di mboni.
EpaHoaDaben.
Ebe pajamas.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
This atade we na ade we mum there. There's a certain level of discomfort clearly.
Oh, sir, I mean, you should expect it. Now, wouldn't be a wedding day cry.
Yes.
Suit abesha, you'll be attaché suit cry, there be any idea. Wedding day cry, suit abesha crano. Ubefilia yika crown, or bashen wedding now, ubefilia a bit uneasy. And yet, will regular tardy our share, sort as here. And he's not a military man, until obey uncomfortable. Ranks na bubo ne bonu ni mudu
Yeah,
style sa ene sword ni nyina mudu nse sword na ahoma ne fa kofa na chi nti
okay, so
clearly obey uncomfortable obey uncomfortable but pabo no yo boa o abi kabuyi ni fi home pese we hwe mpaboa no mpaboa
no original me aha as a sneakers bi
chale
pa
swag pa
no we je mo we she be size
military swag
je be she be size mpaboa obeti me she be 45
yes 45 there about yes
then yeah
mutimu yi ade na nka mehwe mpaboa na nka be me je mpaboa di oboa
wow
what
wow efe
mpaboa no
o Abigail dear
ya nya wo so abidia mpaboa no We blanco come.
We blanco.
Okay, blanco.
The President Mama said 45 on.
Jaro.
The President Rollins no should say.
Minty.
President Kufo say.
I know there's also size.
Shempa size bear 49. As a President Mills betting a shemmy size.
Oh, they're saying.
Oh, 42.
42.
Yeah, but President Mills a becono.
Possible, yes. 42, 43 over share.
Now, President Limam, Zubesha say, on so cry
42, 43 over baby.
President Champon.
Champon men who know.
Well, and a year in Chroma.
And Chromos men who know about her now, and Chromo Besha bear 42, 3 nibi.
On 20. On year. The President Kufa to Besha Bear says, in fact, I'm worry.
President Kufaru.
Bear, I find the bear 41. 41 and now 42.
41 soon.
Rain hand. 40. Okay. And yes, height. And yet, height now, okay, so fun say bia so mu gina o tintin say na o dey head ya and if you abeka so be say bia 22 but we no obia size ewo mpajo man President Kufado shoe a she no ba kon na
banana ni nine mu
na mudu nti o hwe na fan say we bia we be so ache ne kakra bi
I mean, kind messages, Kakra. Daniel, do say good evening.
Mama, back with the end way from Obianco can be.
Where the Okonako can Vincent on Hirijan, or message, you bet me a can do, baby. Or say, Daniel, do say good evening.
Good one, President Kufadu Dieni.
So,
President Kufadu Dieno. So on the
share 44.
Yes, the number 44. So on the share military uniform now.
And you are using this picture to imagine Nanado in the military uniform.
In Tibia,
that's why no can be pumped to his size.
Yes, because you better to be 1 inch, 1 inch.
Just that in the military, no. Sanka woko soja mua anke bia na unqualified.
Oh, na de omufa.
Oh, sir.
Na de omufa. And I say China for crowd of military.
Oh, na say omo de omo sane nyame bo omo nti anko mko fa attention for free here ba be omo am am.
And go and over qualified. And over qualified.
And na de omo atete sane mani na so omo ye.
And nyame bia because I was say my soldier for be 37 would say we there. And Nana would have qualified for military. Tito na ani ase you say Inti picture ni dependent ya biya chimu kakra kosro
aden
na me mami
mami kai messages kakra Daniel Aduso otie or Shanso here live in Doha in Qatar or so why is Musk doing this to Nanado and then there Nana Nana Eduko say BB and Max please I am hungry or say I am hungry why are you people like that? You want to say that the sword is the sword is longer than Yakano to also.
That's all no. Wow.
To also.
We are not picture we.
Yeah man.
Yes, God of honor.
Yeah man.
That's what I say. Iti we na ukase sword no be watch na. O so jani na odi ni nchen na.
Na hwe ne dia.
Na hwe de na do betimi akura de ahyeche. Entwi.
Basa sword no o ehye wo ho a wo tilte no.
Yes, what tilted. Now,
say in form.
President Mama then I know was in trust. Even though was in trust, not sword ninja form because of be an height.
All right. EpaHoaDaben Jumedie na awie PURC for a year meeting be. Omo share meeting na se anopa. Omo ko break akwakoto aso awie. Ghana for munyina yie na mo nhye mo sapo mu nsuo. Because na yetete say in the coming days e bi kura enebe ko na wieye ye beti new electricity and water tariffs. PURC as we speak are in a crunch meeting with the utility companies womo negotiating the as to the new tariffs omo approve emfa emma womo. We are learning say a whopping 27% for electricity ECG4 advocating in that meeting. Now, some 9% increment in water tariffs. Ghana Water Company so pursue what's that meeting no emo. Enti doli enkonkonko ba de na joada. Most likely yate new utility tariffs. Now let's say oman ni mu aye petrol prices ni gina gas bo kerosene bo na ye ba be sanso to electricity mu a na kire say it has implications for o pocket, o bottom ene o budget or the running ufie ene o business. That will mean business is going to pay more for electricity and water. But near see informing sir proposed 27% for electricity and 9% for water no the exchange rate. I mean or therefore ya exchange rate ya CD ni dollar no ayonkofa debiada. The CD is always at the receiving end of market shocks. And no one key reason here PRC for consider tariff adjustment ebekosro. The biggest consideration inflation. Inflation appears to be the bedrock of some proposals way because already inflation figures last month inflation dropped marginally kakre bipe, but say over from the last quarter of 2024 the first quarter of 2025 we haven't done too well with regards to inflation. You wouldn't blame it too much on this government. Blame inflationary figures so much on this government because budget buy, and so if inflation is going up it may come from previous economic policies but the point is that say informing the proposed utility tariffs now, then it means also say we need to find a way to control inflation. We must find a way to control the rate at which a dollar ne busi de ni debiara. And I'm told it's one of the key indicators informing tariffs hike and so fuel prices are akosro because some of the utility companies and also rely on fuel. Now almost they generate electricity no e dia man. Nti se fuel bo akosro definitely it may affect the utility companies no and so. Nti question is why a crado are you ready and set to receive a higher tariff for electricity and that of water now? But let me tell you this. I know bubefu aban we no nyabotre. Sa tariff adjustment na eba beba no. IMF conditionalities ni bia. One of the things IMF any aban that no agree on. Say ye be a quarterly review of tariffs. Now when you see a kroma so you can't tariff reviewer. It has never been said about from. What's a tariff reviewer? Not just a tariff in a never have you heard say PRC meeting over tariff review. Maybe when say the tariffs about review. No, we have reviewed it downwards. It is always going up. That should tell you. Say quarterly review now about that down on the IMF agree say omobeye to address financing gap war electricity generation mono yebetimi ahwena siano enti it's coming because a part of the IMF conditionalities and a bank way is under obligation to ensure say you be follow through ASR program any IMF no econo into first quarter January, February and March. We are in April. Until that quarterly review is going on. The next quarter so there will be another review. Clearly, it will keep going up until enough. Dealing with the financing gaps of ECG. Ewiawe yebedi nkomo na I'm glad say minia ba penin nana ya achempem jantoa will be joining us in the studio this afternoon so because she has a lot of experience when it comes to tariff issues, being a former public affairs director or energy sector na see we ebedi nkomo nia hwe say can we do something about the quarterly review of tariffs because economy no more deal enema koyi enema bo edin aduane bo food inflation is not easy they say the electricity so ba be ka ho already meters here na no ECD for the buy etumri ka chen obi a enti meter na mu no real na you say increase tariff on the amount na che say ye komu bebu and it is not just for electricity, it is also for water. We be sense mu nyina ho komo, but if you have a reaction to meeting na ekoso na any the proposed tariffs na you want to share that with me, intimate it with me na menkenkama mpanimfo na eye meeting ntie Ghana for more reaction to the news say embrace up for possible higher tariffs. Meeting na ekoso sisia me ne wo kasai e wo PURC for akachea. The first part of the meeting ended inconclusively. PURC ne utility companies ne any other stakeholders no omantimi ensie ginaye as to tariff yemfama ECG and Ghana Water Company. So almost sorry so ena menti ene se omasan kwakotena sibi mu a omo ehwe na omo de a feasible tariff at the Ghana for 27, a whopping 27 is being proposed for electricity and 9% is being proposed for air water. Join me live on Facebook now. Yenisa and Sumi Eho Enkomo. Medical catcher said the Honorable Ashama or a former MP Emma Boem constituency Ebeba studio when ya atnase yaton safre other discussants a woman gina ba be joining na yadwendwene o man no enkomo eho boko is up in flames. The IGP ewo hosisi a o hwese obetutu ne meye but IGP kasa wo nam o kan nyina ne se ma police for no momfo mo bone nche wo mo bone bi no ma ya mo fa nche wo mo na bone be na police for na ye. I have heard security experts say the resurgence of violence here a day oyene kase abre police commander o hwa ya ni feel no police for na nkasa unprofessional behavior and akofa sa problem na ba but we are yet to learn of exactly what the police did a trigger sa violence way and say the media can catch no enye just the police commander feel ni ahye no edanya police for akwaje ediama womo officers wo boko angry mob no so ko attack police 2 vehicles and 2 vehicles belonging to police for so omo assess no police ni ba kwabra pa na immigration officer ba ko nso apura pa in the course of basabasa no one civilian enso so ewu eya reho semedin eya Fusaini Idrisu. Now let me share videos with you as to senior and seminal eboboba ifri eya boko. If you have the videos, let's watch it. Now among for hunu how bad the situation is with regards to near yeka and muhe mfonini ne da ho no wusie na nanka hunu no akire ho no commander ne dai ne jatomu na owese ne situation ti a ese aposifo no say no ase ehu abo mo kakra na ade potin omo yeye no we will learn about it today. For comments in our Facebook na any home komo we so ye Reverend Tim for your allegation or a buying response or the buy the subsequent attempts to arrest Tim and the fact that it didn't happen because the minority and the minority is saying say he's not alone, he will never be alone and and we've been asking this week, he said, where has the minority been all this while if indeed Reverend Tim Fodio was speaking their language? Yanti minority leader in support of these allegations or can't somebody beto jano yanti any other member of the minority even holding on to Sansumi on other media platforms. But yes, no, all the members of the minority came up to say a voice. Has the minority themselves also managed their side of this matter very well? And what do you also make of how Abai are managing the very communication crisis? You want to join us live on Facebook? Yeah, Galam say, and the efforts of Abai in dealing with it. The key proposals from the Interior Minister said, you better repatriate instead of prosecuting and jailing Chinese nationals, and a rotation of district and regional police commanders are more mining areas on a 3-monthly basis. Yedi sa enkomoe enyina. And the proposed ECG tariff of 27% and 9% for water as part of the IMF conditionalities. Happy 98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben jumedie video a wo hwe sisi a from Boko. Police for no accommodation yakonya dia mo we police commander ni fie no. Police commander ni fie a omokohye no. Omu yi niam afiri mu fridge no mu yi die pie. Air condition units a womo akoyi die free ho just to salvage eniema kakra. Anche say na amanfo ni buafu pa, and we're told to say enye just the commander fie no mu ka attack police for no so baby a womu nyina atie nso were attacked. Happy 98.9 FM. How do we broker peace in Boko? And His Excellency the President has been speaking at the passing out ceremony of the Ghana Armed Forces. Now, this is what he has said about Boko. Or say, ya trigger Otum Force led mediation team in Ibim. Sane say, otoko koso etu kwen kakra waba. Or say, onyaba pe adea yesa etwa enkomono eswo. The president has called for calm and peace to ensure say yeyo ebeba. Inti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on the Boko crisis.
One major flashpoint continues to be the Boko area. Only 2 days ago, an incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the Otumfor mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visits abroad.
EpaHoaDaben.
One major flashpoint continues to be the Boko area. Only 2 days ago, an incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the Otumfor mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visits abroad.
Voice of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama on the Boko crisis. But on the issue of the 2 flights, any Reverend Tim Fojuo's allegation, President Mahama at the passing out ceremony organized by the Ghana Armed Forces, he took time to comment on Sasemono without necessarily mentioning Reverend Tim Fojuo, but he addressed the whole issue of misinformation, disinformation, and the fact that security agencies enimre omo edebeko on a wild goose chase bia. He describes it as smoke and mirrors.
Let us support our security services and the Ghana Armed Forces with information that is useful and intelligence that is helpful, that will advance their work rather than retrogress it. Let me reiterate that we will take all allegations of crime seriously and trigger our security service investigative machinery to go after criminals, no matter who they are. But let me state emphatically also that we do not have the resources and time to engage in any game of smoke and mirrors.
Baby, when you say first, now you've been shut down per politics. You see, politics for no money or money and your money. ba na mumu ebinumu nso nti enyina ni agi say yebeboa ma oman na akọsoro na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ma oman na lawyer fo nyina pon akọfi akọda nyamishra
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
13 minutes gone past the hour 3. Na yeko binduri ana yeko binduri abana yakoje an eyewitness account to what happened on Wednesday. Na yenkwa homano so it's a name you know, Stephen Atubiga, a politician, but asem we tono and asem we see emra na owo boko. He saw it with his eyes. He experienced the violence on Wednesday, and Yatun Safren away on the line, all the way from Binduri, to share that experience with us. Senior Ofemu. Stephen Atubiga, Otiminka, Happy FM Sunye, Memoaha. Atubiga, Atiminka.
Yes, Mitimunka.
Bibia Boko, dear.
Nyamincha, dear. Ye, Nyamia to say it, Yassi.
And Mr. Ukwadani, dear, and Yakra.
Enye kwada ne de ya nsori ya nti asempana nyina sere nyamia se ama yetie ye free mu ye
wo Binduri sesi aye kase ana
there be me free honomo
we free honomo
because it's not enye safe me free ho
na bomu kire yenye wo Binduri na ntokwa ano ye de no na etisen. First of all, do you have an idea in your court triggers violence way?
Medasipi adia me pese me ma obi ati ne se boku krom ho na akoye se ye nyina the six constituencies na ewo under the paramount chief of Naba Azoka Abugrago II. I'm talking about the chief who has been there installed since 40 years. Awatana so being gazetted National House of Chiefs muka 2023 kura mampushi for no so amoko court omoko yo me se omudi nyina so nti omo yi asem no and a judge said justice carter samuyi amuntimi nsan fa bi onom san mo apene so because they don't have a leg to stand on this samukai for time president
me kaisa matter no me kaisa case
and the mokai nso during Buzia time and president Nado papa eji ahini ni free kusati for no politically edema your friend said the man pursue for no.
So I appreciate the history and all of that, but it has a potential to also inflame passions. Inti, what I would do is say, let's focus on Nisi Wednesday, near Kofa Wednesday, the nearby. We know say in Tokwane near the buy any day or history mu. But what really triggered yesterday's violence leading to burning of Commander Fie and even attacks on some other innocent persons?
Na me pesa me bonnet to summarize foundation so that I've seen for ebe say yemfa say bi pepeni krachi ni kofa bisiria enye ade e won wa because na se for bisia no ma we ade awo no nti ena mu asante for so set answer na mankani be siri trash no ne wo de asate ade
aka kire no metiase no krepa na unze se na situation etie no e volatile obia afamienu ni nyina no afamienu ni nyina kura omo version of the history. I really want us to avoid that and deal with what triggered Wednesday's violence.
Okay.
Yeah, me that say.
Me patch ne say.
Yeah.
See no. Sebi menti me ho ase aba after 40 years na kwabena ni nipa ba ko. Asori akọ ohini bi asori afri boko ho no mo. Abetra tamale. Akọ aba wale ewo tamale ho no mo eye Dr. Mahmoud Bami Krum Honoma, a Hona Homopa, Mamprushi for the Mamprushi West, Mamprushi East, North East, Wale Center, Baumia, a Krum Honomono. Onna Wabi see our hene different with Krumho, the Onko Bokusasi for no, and Konkodi, and Koya or Hino, because history tells us, Yemfan Asante Hine. Now, if you're born region, Hobby, now him for the baby or Honomo, I Naya Sante Hine, see a Hino or Honomo. Nkurumaka se obi ambedi no fa ahodi no o ka se bonofo nso ti omo no mo paramount chief ne na ye kate kwa there some territories and thing say any dia bono so say there be e media so ni say sa de no wo hono mo the same thing na esi wo
Stephen Atubiga.
Yes,
I prevailed on you to avoid the history and tell me near course Wednesday angry youth at police for in that manner.
Okay.
I want us to avoid the history because
our paramount chief, the owner of the land, okay, gave an instruction so what could Kurubisa Kodi Hiniaba then create your own market. The Mamprushi should not patronize any market that belongs to the Kusasi. A market the Kusasis have moved out of there due to safety to their land and create their own packets of the yam market, the goat animal market, the common market that women go there to patronize and whatever. And the law is that no Mamprushi individual should come and trade. And they don't have one land crowd. We've taken all the lands, but that is the degree of the paramount chief of the area. Yet, and that is what has been happening. Police na escort. Okay, and that is that's already here. Police for Aquatina Somankasa Abo Mutrimu I choose him Crawford. I choose police for Beverly Aqua Market Honum and others escort the other side. No. So I mean, our brothers and sisters may come and push it for. There is why I'm according them brothers and sisters. There's intermarriages between us. Oshe omunyina omubel settle oboko hono obi amfa obamba ombe ware ye maame no ye sisters no na wo omu generation besine no. So there's a blood relationship among us. Me amene mu kase me yiri kra ye mampurushi ni from the royal home.
Enti na akwa se ohene no ese se ohene foforo bi nsuso ono ye boko hene a ono nkreti ni market na ne nkrofo ndi dwa wo ho.
Thank you. Mom by a market, and that is what has been happening. And Babunu says, we say mostly a notness, no, Nipano, no for Honomono. A Juma be any senior, so one quiet ness and one quiet teacher. A Juma be any sharing Tibeman, your contract, a Muslim man in a coba. We go but we because of our business territory, no, water will brew a bottle, see water, a mosi on Mobano, could dini Jobano, to turn tomatoes, no, the Ediani.
Enti police for no mo boni omo ye ne sen.
Police boni omo ye ne say nowhere in where overcall peacekeeping. Then it entails say you follow another tribe or another group to come and patronize another group market, because as a buying a peacekeeping now or restraining law and order that as a traditional ruler no also to me in a nice form say as a no answer in media a journey in media but they did not listen. So what did they mention? And they should have made sure say who say Janso Krubi and market your market chief and your market queen.
Yeah.
So in their own wisdom, I will say be a combo that territory no munye and in the problem of her. What you should have done was lead non-paying for any market for no better. Then they will lead them and go to the overlord. And go to overlord. They see an a combo on they are not able to go anywhere. Whether Kusas in the Kombeku, Momosobomuku, name one person be patronize or Mujano, Moir Yairumba Bidija, yes, or near Tenasa, near chain, Yamincha, or Tikoko, so Aji, the court or handler. Until so we read the report about Yina Yinian cohabitus senior, Yina Setiana, Sotia, Naidi, but Samudio Mochi, and Babu so Mompany, because Hinakasa, the Oti Akonyano Sakas, or the Ukraine in Akasa, no police for Yam Penalty. In the process of it, and the police, FR, and putting pool, and the two bore a branch Bakuna, and that a branch, my born and nine, or to say Asante Hinisedu. Who's a branch of friends? And so, if we say, more born, me brother, or then a Kurumi who say, I get what I'm trying to
I'm getting you.
Into your born a branch at all from no police in the South Court and a branch and that for no born Yimbium on a live bullet into a drew on now the whole place, everything went out of control. And almost two police, and they decided say police need be or team and Temo also move 300 because they've taken sides. No, Musha say AC of residents, no, and most of the residents belongs to the natives, and they also saw say why you could say in India and Saudi police for Atinamun, so no, they have to they see you as a traitor, and almost she are dying. But luckily, some of us being opinion leaders, and the idea was police for more, but also because of the barriers they bring. So they decided that they were going to. I wouldn't be afraid to. They are going to assassinate every policeman that is in the town.
Wow.
That was the decision. Yes, sir. So quickly, I tried reaching out to the president, John Dramani Mahama. So luckily, I was able to get hold of James.
Okay.
And told James to tell the old man that they should quickly get all the policemen out of Onkanchi old man. They should get the policemen out of the town immediately, or they should all retreat back to their barracks. Me and I'm afraid National Security, Razak. Me say they should do this immediately, if not, and quickly. I want to applaud them for taking that swift decision. And police up to now, because there is no policeman in or visible, and I say or any barrier. Everything I make cultural in. Because if there's such, God forbid, I am Crawford Kulunomo and Crawford Ma and peacekeeping, but if a group of them acquire a mistake, I take a bad decision. Some of us will not sit and allow innocent policemen to die.
Me to asepa so mama who say metimia follow narration here. Your point is that boko na ba ahyemra se man prusi ma wo mu dwomu e man bedidwa. Ena police for no LED man prusi ma no say omu defy that directive. And do omu lead you omu ba eye edwa na yese ma wo mu mbemu no. And a mantia na wo boko na aba himfie ni se yentena ho mamo so fa ye hene ano wo fam. Enti yempene e mamo fa ma na madwomu ho. Enti penche ni mu na police ni se ne wo ka no otutuo bo ni wo lidi emabunu no. Owu ye na mabunu bufu ye.
Emabunu no krom ho nyina na omo sorry resist ye o man pene. Don't forget say ebinumu omo soldiers and volunteers. I use the word volunteers. And omo landlocks and certain brono na nkrofo betimi asniki aba market or abidi jankwano. What you say? Omo na share resist. So he came from the chief palace to come and make sure say that is being enforced. Aka so ohine the ohine aka so the mranti resist no. As the leader of what you say, it is true. So ohine aka so aba on ohine name ka police for ne say omo manko omo mundi nkrofo omo san omo chinko.
Okay.
Now, I hope you are getting me.
I'm getting you. I understand you. Now, and the IGP has been to the town.
Yes.
What has been the impact of a visit? Send you can say you police for you free checkpoints. I hold police for now mount. There seem to be a reduced number of police people in a Kromo, but the IGP has been there. As assembly be.
No police has been on the street. No police has been visible. Put me on record until say IGP Ebano. And some of us also advise government the way forward. They say the first thing they say IGP, Akohonoma, Akopacho, Odijantua, Akwakoma. I mean, can come forward with some of the videos. Odijantua, Akwakoma, the Paramount Chief, the sitting Paramount Chief over 40 years, on behalf of the police, and agreed that he humbly. Mebo IGP Abasupa, he was a man and stood. He's going to say, Overlord, my Lord. Your friend is a Menquara and be a misbehavior, or my trebi, so matter, or my idea, and that is his first statement. Fache, now a BCB, Yabaka correct a mistake. You make sure say we train them professionally and then we remove if we have to transfer certain people, we have to get rid of them out of the town in the interest of making sure there's peace. We are going to do it. He made those appeals. He begged. In the interest of the police, in President John Dramani Mahama, in the interest of the country, and he agreed. Said that the security of the police they had no right to lead another group before he started his statement. And two, he had advised also the government say he impersonated chief in every chronomo. What you say? Mukai say President Nanado Eko Bokono or win election. I'll say I've come to you, my overlord, that you are the chief. I recognize you as the chief. Samunina Mukaya in the media, all Koran, Ayenda, in immediately one power. But when me president, Mukai so no so called Boko no Mukoka say Nepapani, the overlord of Kusati Fono or recognize or what have you know. So then if there's another impersonating chief, Akobebia, in terms of moving the country forward or in terms of creating peace, you remove the impersonated chief outside the region, outside the territory, waiting the Asante to bring his report out on the way forward. But if you let the two factions stay in, two presidents cannot stay in the country. Two chief justices cannot be at the place.
I get that point. I get that point.
So that is the first point of bringing the country down. bringing the tension down in the region.
Very well. I get the point. So let's make some progress. Mami Busa, what's we free kronimu? How easy was it for you to be free a kronimu? Mibusa said because of the situation. Send a police phone here.
Okay.
How easy was it for you to free kronim?
Ever since from day one, what is a boko kusasi for the man push for a kono. Your movie is very expensive because especially some of us are seen as the opinion leaders or those fueling or those agitating or those leading or those supporting because your chief kusasi need two more. I was here making sure sort of national. We it's expensive. Say if I get to let's say I get to Tamale, I must arrange and have security escort both front and back of my vehicle besides my own security. Then the security will have to take me to cross to Wale Wale. If not, it's a death trap for every kusasi at Wale Wale Honomono. Until almost Shikaso, even so much as a kusasi, Bakukra Etisaka, Ombeshikano. Meanwhile, I also Mukudi, Nairi, Naleru, on the Sisa impersonated chief, no, and it's Boku to Walwalo. It's about 4 hours drive.
And Ufi Binduri no police for you and you need a food you achieve.
I am only telling you I use both official and non-official security. Okay. And they are not lie. When I get home, I'm like a warlord. I will not let somebody cheat me and take my life. I'm not
violence and kosu gidi no now o shedem wana.
Look, Binduri one on my board in me say Binduri one on my board. On my book in the night. And then a man of Mupra make up and do it in the clank in no. Me fee, yeah, family house, a Bushian fee, no, I don't fear a boy. It's like Mintra, it's like 200 meters.
Okay.
Okay. And the Binduru, me crash, but you will be do one other a year winner, your capital, Bokon, my Yagusi, Yapano, from a crash, and you say, free go so many but in my lifetime I mean when you know about Kubiano both left and right they show you how to fight, they show you how to shoot who are your child takes over, so as I'm also putting in my children until everybody in Boku Kusasi area is raising or has raised a warrior.
I see.
I'm telling you, a two to say Sukudia, ever made me chromo growing up.
Sir?
Okay. Yes, thinking Accra has a motia, Mensa Sina, said it's about Quabi about it to a so it was all on us about for someone to do not do with your son talking to me. That name a police station where a friend said, but you're not divisional command. The crime officer will tell you. We don't need my branches. I'm an who go to now to I don't keep wasting my time.
Not just say, and Tokwanintino, what dear bro.
Well, in our account,
my minimum.
Because of course, of no bonfire, oil, a drew your traditional way, your Bible, a draw a Bible, a draw Kuramu, a draw a diamu, a draw a one seal. A draw yet the Moya, yet the Nipaye. So I get where I'm trying to.
Enti Atibiga, what you two wrong?
Oh, I didn't grow myself. My parents grew me as a northern child.
Enti who saw the Gary will do a two drone?
Me say, I was born by a woman. And I was a man, Obiani Nasi, many say, Mammy, a concombani. So I was born between two warriors, a concomba, and I met Papa Kusatini, and Kusat Yan Kora Yanini, a Yahubo Kuntakoya Abisina, said next month, 50 years. My children have also seen it. I have to also groom them. So once you are past 4 years, you start seeing whatever that when daddy is done, you have to take control as a man.
Hey, nature say, you are both grooming generational warriors. And to say in your lifetime, no more is here. In your lifetime, when it's me solve a problem now, what training more to continue with Ntoka?
Yes, that is the only option. Your trust in the whole Boko area protecting your family house, yourself, your family, is through the barrel of the gun or the spear or any whatever that you can vanish or whatever that you can do. There is no formula in fighting. Kusasis don't fight, we only defend. Because we are holding the chieftaincy. Why should we fight?
Mutimi.
Other brother.
Mutimi Irena.
Oh, that's what I'm explaining. But I do everybody is your parents will protect you. My grandfather protected my parents. My parents protected me. I have to also transfer whatever given to me to make sure that. And if your grandfathers are still alive, you must go to your uncle's place. That's your mother's side, and then your grandfather's side. You must go home. Every household in the north has a god.
Also go back now ko bene ho. Na o kan say etuo efifi wo boko te se twiapia. Etuo na ye hini friba.
Oh. There is nothing that cannot be sold or bought in this market. That idea no what you can't mean yet. That unim rent that was explained to you. The generation nebano for 60, 70 years ago, let's say because that for no. Na ye who were buying kettles and farming. But the Mampushis were more enlightened because the slave trade not for them now. What you say? So Takwanaba I say not common so because they started selling their guns for food in exchange of cattle. That is how the generation 50s almost social and two because Kusati for me in 2 coins. Yet to okay, we have something baby as a Kusati Kusati for Nedo. The whole country try to be a normal free and crying. Security is one and from generation. Never to be
Muto 20 bifi kumasi, muto bifi and crying. And a security for now so.
Security is one also to be my civilians.
Wow.
Okay, when there's a change of government. When there's a change of government, they believe the MPP is supporting the MPP is supporting the Mampushis because MPP no. And NDC is power. The Mampushis will say NDC also supported Kusasi for me because role is never ever returning the BIG will be a far with the man back say who are overthrown Kroma Yajiwa in through Honomono.
Not just say Asemunan Kasanso is also embedded in partisanship.
That is why if you see any tribal conflict from Nanumba, Gunja, whatever, and Yana, and then one brother MPP, UP, MP, and one brother CPP, PNC, all the way to NDC. So your political idea are fully a political politics in the queer. But the roadmap of Professor John Dramani Mahama Ateki Sisiano won't take sizes. I am assuring you that is the best way to go. Or the a neutral person, a neutral king, who has an integrity, which nobody can influence him. He has what it takes to even turn the whole Ghana crowd to the monarch. What he has here.
Yeah.
And why be that?
Okay, so exactly.
Or the chase or the report, Ebana roadmap, no Bebano. You be my
you so.
We are advising government say to calm everything down. Yes, so you name Babu Nakasa Yen say security impersonated chief no in free honor for the meantime. It's a national security your friends the responsibility of the national security.
Very well.
The BNI,
very well.
The NI and then the attorney and the attorney and then the defense ministry.
That's
in
right.
The interest of peace. Such is the mission.
Atibiga meda was say we ye de besi ha but ye be ko so di sam komo na bibi fufuro bia so pie mu a wa man ate na ye di eho enkomo
so
Patrona can be. Yeah.
My last word, answer na mekono. Me stre every stakeholders of the country, of the nation, Council of States, leadership of this country say they should remove Abagari, the impersonated chief, out of the town so that you don't have the tensions will go down with all the monies that the government is using to do peacekeeping, can build schools, can build roads. Bokunta kwan ayen kwasi asem ayen se who say or irrelevant say I mean you need good or honum you need she or honum we allow an individual who has gone into another town as a codigni once they are solving the problem through that I think in his court they should remove the impersonated chief.
Okay.
Or if government once feels that they will go and remove the Bokunaba out of the town and leave the impersonated chief. We don't have a problem, but two chiefs cannot stay in the same town. If not, we can't control the voice.
Stephen, Atubiga, Medawase for your time and area.
Mr. Medamas, Midinamijam.
I know I shall soon see you. Why?
EpaHoaDaben nti si no nokorɛ ɛyɛ baako pɛ.
Stephen Atubiga, a member of the NDC and a royal of Kuhu Sasi Ofriboko, in fact, Binduri to be specific. Honorable Daniel Ashama, a former member of parliament, Emma Buem constituency, our Oti region. Honorable Memoaha.
Yeah, Bismark, so many years ago. Power.
Honorable, we go way back.
Way back from 2013, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way back. Yeah.
Naboko there.
Oh, Boko.
Life after parliament, it is saying.
Oh, manageable.
It's all you're doing.
Oh. And then you say, Mr. Ramvekasawa.
Who push the Ghana we want agenda?
Oh, yeah. I think. As I say, yes, sir. Nama village, so nama dokakra. So abe shankoda so kakra. Pay school fees via momu normal school. So I think life is on. And
do you miss Parliament?
I don't think so.
Really? I don't know. Stressful to do now.
You see, to some people, it might not be stressful. To some people, it might be stressful.
Okay.
So, in my case, it was stressful. So, that is what.
That sounds like don't come back to Parliament.
Mean to me, and can say Parliament and your crowd.
Okay.
No. That place is like once you are sent there, depending upon the dear friend. I don't fan say we a money machine.
Okay.
And now a visual fan say Abia we a farmer. Until on without caviar.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah, so that's now. So if you are not fortunate and requests are coming and you are not meeting them, number one, you build pressure for yourself. And number two, the people will not be satisfied. You are not doing this.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, you can be so strategic because say having gotten there. According to say you see a lot of things that your brothers and sisters down the valley don't see, and you decide to take a decision on their behalf. They may not see the importance of that decision at that point.
Someone tell us that.
So those are the things that you have to manage.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting place. But you see that today the youth would like to rush to Parliament. And brothers and sisters, be careful.
Enough from one.
Be careful. No, and yes, enough from. You see, there are. I know Bisano now. Catch your name or Benya V8 or Benya say. Okay, but if you have never worked and manage yourself,
now
take salary. Uko Parliament if you say sana never be such ya. Say one ye boafwa. Ufre ho one tema. Wabra boni nice. Yes,
I see. Honorable Ashama, emisen komana ya gusu ayedia na odebemwe Boko is up in flames once again. IGP alcohol because a crisis moment in mano ne men and women and akofa we diaba. How is it panning to you? And someone is saying near Atubiga narrative train the bit of history. And near Cotre gas assembly way more of defying the overlord. Our police for na ADMU and Kofawe, but IGP has been apologizing profusely. Every palace of Bekobia or their chopper and nam. I mean, Tio, and what you hope to see out of Otumfor's meeting.
Yo, Mina Bismark, Nemeka said, Medicain ada to be gassy.
Okay.
Because actually he has explained the whole scenario to me. Yes, I'm a because me say IGP EpaHoaDaben. So I asked myself, I didn't know
EpaHoaDaben.
Do you get me right?
Yeah.
Because you have all the power. The only thing is, okay, he is right to do so, but I was trying to understand why. But Atubiga Ekatre, Nienti Awopacho. All I will say right now is Ghanaians, brothers and sisters at Boku and its environs, let's give peace a chance. And now can say the assembly ma otikokoso. His Excellency Susu Aka. Mumai nyina yen kambom na yen solve problem. Because I don't want to acquire chieftaincy and ethnic and traditionality.
And a politics in
whatever I will say right now, no, will be a different eye, and a different ear, and media misre say, let's give peace a chance. Because Senomoka, then we are going back into history.
Yeah.
When we go back into history, one peja year, no free talk.
Okay.
But we have our brothers and sisters over there. We are people who are transferred there by the government to go and work over there.
And no money if you
yes.
Senator Tony office,
yes.
Ghana Commercial Bank at home office,
yes.
all institutions are free.
And one most important thing we know Boku for is trading. It's trading. Dreadie. Say. And also a free.
Ibiane say one faction.
Yes.
Yes.
They
are forced to come to the side.
You see, I am not going to blame anybody right now. I don't have that authority. Nyami wani se me pacho. Because boku and kwada blame sa bedroom denu. Eya do so do.
To be just a few to be 50 years.
50 years. Look at it. Eya do so do. They are our brothers and sisters. Because look, entire Africa. Any Ghana enko enim say yendi dwa papa. You get it right? And we managed to have like a border town market center. And say develop so that our brothers and sisters at the northern enclave to benefit. So because the crowd mean quite and una yes I say no. And una yes I say no. So we look at all these things, In fact, the only thing we could say is brothers and sisters up there. Let us give peace a chance. Police force so.
Exactly.
I can say, never basse police ni ebe lady obi se onko market.
Oh me kwa nisha ohini ashema.
Mobro huni yao. Mobro yao. Wa se kom di omo o yese. But se na osa ye no zunu. Etu osa tu ye no. Etu osa tu ye no. Oh. Enu na sa di asem.
Yeah. Yes. Police for no take sides.
Yes.
That is what will happen to you.
Meaning, when you are at a particular place, you say, Nipa brea. You may be tempted. But you say, utu back. Say, be careful, and Nipa no toa. When you go to court, you can say that,
self-defense.
One shedder.
Okay.
Ebi no mistake nearby. But two second one, penny force me nyatwi no. Yemfu se obi fun kuma yemfu ndwa.
Yeah.
You get right. Two second one e ho na ye critic enunti na IGP pacha wo. Because e dey na IGP betumi aka kire boku na ba say enunti na me ba no na why mistake. Yeah. You can say.
Yeah.
Because two second one say na honor me na to be ga kan.
Yeah.
We just plead with them that they should give peace a chance. Na on mine yensa your boy and who body. Bismark me buy my say block for eba. I say ba for ba. I buy papa buy nya ba for. Now say GDA na ba no. Na moto block na mu ye. And I wish that for every Ghanaian business person, every citizen of this country, a juma bia we ye binum dia na ma ye mpa e boni say we juma entumpon. We juma entumpon. Because look at what is happening to our brothers and the whole Ghana in America. Do you get it right? One munya anamanya tiadia ye kind de bia trade war book mono. The practicality is on the ground.
Exactly.
The practicality is on the ground. Somebody felt he has been so cheated for far too long. But also sunu a strategy binti no si munfa nyama numba mikro minji mo tax. In those days, it is poison. Say move fambra tax de yenji. Ana ebeji kra ebehu say yenji no kese China de no enwo fom na Europe de enwo fom Africa de o agwa kra no ma muntua hwe. It was a reason. It was for a reason, not for nothing.
Yeah.
But she said no, say no.
Strategic.
Strategic reason. Say someone who say the decision we've taken in the past, it is not inuring to our benefit. Yes, no.
There's a woman who for so we.
Did you and almost from superpowers? I've heard almost superpowers.
That's right.
So my answer now, but the way they are changing things, and well, so,
but how we are also positioning ourselves is also an important bit of the whole conversation.
Yes.
So, before President Mahama spoke to this matter in Emra will share a Czech Republic Mampenino.
Yeah.
Now, some members of the minority had also been out there, Kase, President Ache, in commenting on the tariff and its impact on Ghana and how Ghana responded. But Emra Okasa, Ebisu, take a swipe at the president said, Ninsemo wakaye on the tariffs, actually say, I say, no concern about tariffs, no impact, more about other countries than on one country, Ghana. He made reference to the fact that 10%, it is the lowest amongst tariffs. Then he jumped onto a country like Lesotho and said, a small country like Lesotho, tariffs are slappy on them on no economy. He was crying about their factories. He was crying about impact so without even analyzing how it affected Ghana
Bismark,
in any way.
Bismark, only minister.
Our minister.
President, one kasa. Your minister so kasa.
Yeah, but the minister is working for the president.
No. Report. So if you are not okay,
Honorable Samson are here. Emra Omukoshia, the US ambassador, no.
Yeah.
On the issue of 10% tariff, no, the US ambassador said, in fact, no nimpo say ebe affect cocoa the core US market.
Yeah.
And upon learning that, she says, it was say elevate in common to the presidential level and seek to negotiate.
That's right.
For a lot of people, it is not about the minister; it's about president.
I agree with you, but Minister Beman will report. So the man on yam farman no die muyenche because they say Ghana no ye obinu penyama bin tem dodo.
Na say brenti penyama.
Look, you see, the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is God sent. Why did I say so? Mankaso, your angel. But the programs that he has brought or put down, we will say the programs are mainly focusing on our environment. Inflation. What can bring inflation down? When food inflation is down, inflation will come down. You get me right? Because and what is government doing about food inflation? We are investing into agriculture. Tomorrow they are launching a program in Techima.
Feed Ghana.
Yes, so that's what we should look at critically. Then aside that, we have the after in Accra here, the headquarters. What are we doing about that? You see, it is not always going out there to be begging. You must also think. It is not good.
But we could have had the president touch on some of these things, especially in relation to Ghana. For the benefit of warning our listeners out there, let's listen to the president on the U.S. tariffs and how it will affect or impact Ghana.
Our Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Trade held a session with the U.S. ambassador to clarify what the implications of the tariff are for Ghana particularly. And I think in the next few days, the Minister of Foreign Affairs will release a statement on what the implications of those tariffs are. But I just join His Excellency to say that we all accepted a rule-based trading system, and it has served the world well because it has led to quite significant growth in GDP across the world. It is unfortunate that without resorting to the rules-based system, one country unilaterally decides to increase tariffs across board on all countries. Ghana got slapped with 10%, which is the lowest in the tariffs that were rolled out. But a country like Lesotho got slapped with 46%. And if you understand that one of the largest contributors to Lesotho's economy is the trade and garments industry, export and AGOA to United States, then you can be sure that it's going to affect a small country like Lesotho. Many of the factories that have set up there might look for areas where they can receive cheaper tariffs, to be able to continue to export into the American market. So it has very severe implications for everybody. And I believe that a multilateral world serves us all better than unilateral world, where people just take decisions based on only their country's interests. We must look at the broader global partnerships and the global interests rather than just our parochial national interest.
Voice of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. When did you hear him?
I didn't hear some power.
Sir.
Meetings I have. Have you heard about? Heard Honorable Ajari, the Minister of Trade, in a statement already here about the pause of the tariffs, and she is even praying that by the time they finish, it's not going to be she alone. By the time they finish, she's praying that we should back to 0%, like AGOA. So that one is a collaborative job or business that must take place. So what His Excellency have said, yes, many people may be expecting more, but it takes a lot of things undertones to achieve a particular
but when you say
result.
Penimbe cannot carry more weight than the minister beka. Inti we share a counterpart president or discuss the impact of tariffs, shouldn't his focus have been the impact on Ghana rather than Lesotho? And factories be affect more Lesotho. Yes, so Sanda go ebe so far. You cried the 10% to cross so can you cool. But he didn't analyze the impact on Ghana, but he chose to analyze the impact on Lesotho, which he has no report over or no train report from his ministers. But without any report from Lesotho, he's crying for them.
No, the truth of the matter is that the Czech president come here for them to develop business links. Is that
yes?
You shouldn't be crying to that same person again. We have the ambassador.
And I said Czech for them, no so many tariff increment in the BNT.
No, so Nekachen say he's coming here is to develop business between Ghana and Czech. They are not coming here, or he has not come here to cry over the tariffs of America, even though it is good. Senior, why explaining? Niemi Katros is saying, Honorable Ahi Akatros say, the Biancomonua Kudrono, a president, agreed. Do you get it right?
Okay.
We have 90 days pause. Let us see what comes out. We should always not be rushing to conclusions. One can say, one can say, yes, I'll agree them. Everybody have that right to comment. But then, we've not gotten there yet. As maybe things are working underground towards that. Because communique and our document are also foreign minister be releasing. So now releasing here. Do you know what to be the content of that? So I'm pleading with Ghanaians. Nanada Maya Tina Koma Chanti, I won't say be a Duanis Jasmine, be a Demeka. Yes, I wish you did Yanina. Let us go. And I'm being Grana, which I said, now your friend I go I see Chinaka, who are Jason, almost it's a Nyoya Beman, no one is the woman in Kodaka. But like we are saying, that is why Boku issue is so much concern to me. Any agricultural activity that to be brought to your area. Many have found Hujimo.
What they give some money and some answer number to my benefit.
No, and America, the whole Ghana America.
And Mebuno.
Hujimo. Me nanu me call Minister of Agriculture in China. Program I made to me SSM. Because one thing I've realized is that the public-private partnership is not working in this country. If you take a critical look, I don't hate anybody in this country. We are all Ghanaians. But I want to say, areas that we have two lands, government projects do go there more than the areas that we have alluvial lands.
Okay.
Individual ownership of land. Now, when you come to our area, like OT region like this, we have 4 particular districts. They are cocoa producing areas. But you never see any government program at ABIA, we are coming to support the youth to replant the farm. Omu hear this cocoa spraying. But what I mean is that, what about the lands that are lying fallow? Government must invest into them. But before government can invest into them, you need to do public-private partnership because assassinu run over and a nipa back one assassin and so a buy money and find a big project. So you need to talk about 20, 30 people and some of it are we doing that? But when you go to areas that the ownership are the stool lands and then the lands are owned by the chiefs, I've stayed in Brown before. Then you see that you can have vast land, but say your family say the assassin won't then we are going to leave some parts of the country to them and develop because it says the programs we call OT region, that is a Gwem KJB district, then you come to Biakuye. Yes, then Guan. These 4 districts. See the programs we call. You see that the youth from Hanu or say almost have a pay Juma. Put them into cocoa production. No more Juma because assassino aka. But in Brandon so as Jania Bakra.
Assassin or but the Juma for
yes,
deeper.
Yes, some areas are mountainous, but a yama cocoa. What can we do? So we think about our nation.
Ochina in Techiman, His Excellency the President Belonche Feed Ghana project, from the explanation, I say it's akin to Operation Feed Yourself concept, encouraging individual Ghanaians to say yenkukuya yemunyenye fu ni adia. Sa kasani ye Canada. A beautiful plan, beautiful idea. Governments after governments believe in the concept of Operation Feed Yourself.
Yes. Even Ghanaians believe in that.
Exactly. But operationalization has always been a problem.
Yes.
How different now NDC mobile modia a bit trickle down now touch the individual?
Yeah, me that was say. You realize that Mekacho Semiko Honorable Rico Pokunche.
That's right.
Aside the deputy minister of Agric, also technical assistants. Before the ministry's directors
chief directors need departmental heads.
These technical assistants on one casa creating, I swear you, they are doing the job for him. Almost the office, then they are on the ground.
I see.
Compiling list of people who are willing, if it is poultry, and they will be monitoring what is going on the ground. If it is food production or maybe cocoa, the only thing right now I cannot say, I'm yet to know or see the actual link between the cocoa board and Agric ministry. Because during those time, cocoa board at the Ministry of Agric. I see.
But to say, from the last read, cocoa board is now under the finance ministry.
Under the finance ministry. So, program separately. So, you realize that all this youth people are coming with their programs and and they were directing them. Me Daniel Kwesi Ashama mitiha. Semi hunia etwemundrano. Me sanche say ebia 4 years time and san America chere minister say nemu ye no emwa. We want to see even this year what we can do. Because food inflation is we've given or we've taken loans for what? Planting for food and job. So planting for food and job, it does not come out with any foodstuffs. Yakofa board here, the Ministry of Agri.
And so evidence of the impact of policy, no? Planting for food and jobs.
Say per flood, and now our son shall be good, bath, mama, na a flood. Yeah. Ye per flood, ye per se who flood. And now catch on God as a gumi bathroom. I am mantini your friend who flood. Do you get to that? So that is the mistake of yesterday. I am not blaming anybody, but let us all blame ourselves. Say, yetumi tisa yabo busa in billions. We couldn't get. Meanwhile, we have a giraffe farms lands. Is that not it? If you come to Pekin, we have lands. Yes, say government aside say obebua individuals no. Say who sasia ewo hwa you betumi engage the youth. We are talking about prisoners family. That is a fantastic idea. We must talk about the national service personnel to doing 6 months in office, 6 months in the field. We prepare for them. It is not punishment.
And Obere Kopoku said every secondary school must have a farm.
That is fantastic. And by those in the city may not. Those in the rural areas they need to support them very well. Even Minia, Sanya Galamse will say military crisis, someone do ewo krumha. They should go to the farms. They must lead us. Because you see, it is not always to be thinking, say, military for the tunkwa no munimutu. Intokwano kwano yempe, say, we see what Boku say, ya bebo mpa say, enuna enko. Let us go to farm and work. Why can't we increase cocoa production and make good money? Why can't we increase food production and make good money? Shenia AC or Burkina Faso. Why can't, if it has happened in Burkina Faso, why can't it happen in Ghana?
Why not Ghana?
Why not Ghana?
My main kind messages about community and Sembina Yentuaso. Comensa Pillar 2 say Boko people must stop the violence. Everyday trouble, everyday problems. Why? It is too much. Anyway, special greetings to Chairman Wuntumi, incoming NPP National Chairman. Hey, sir. And NPP's Abanga, incoming National Youth Organizer. Yo, yate. We there here. Suka Solomon said, Bibi, John is the best for Ghana now till the 12 years. Okay. But don't forget, John has only one term.
John's party will be there.
Well.
And he'll be advising.
Okay.
You know, there is one thing we don't have in this country, and that is what is killing us. We no more call retirement. One says they will not extend your time.
That's right. The
brains that these people have, we might create a think tank pool. Saying baby mom or University of Ghana. You see that kakra. This is to go there every day. The brains I want to trima enya sayenu. Say omo hundra. And omo hunne. They can put the two together to direct the nation to the next future.
And then if they still have that can be tapped into
the think tanks, they don't want any disturbances of this secretary way paper way.
But they enjoy post-retirement contracts, pa.
Yes, and I must say no yen farmer. But say no if that person is an expert. Me bon pa say yen do mo na yen creative baby. Voluntarily, you see, maybe the person is a Greek engineer. You get to
retirement.
And maybe I will need that type of a Greek engineer. You have to train another person for a long time. Okay, so no one time field because the employment we are. But he can prepare documents and guide. Maybe this. Maybe is it e-learning or so distance learning? Yeah, online. No, those who are working on we should hide them. People should not see them.
I see.
It is only people who cook for them and give them food. Say underground. And when you go to America, they say research stations. Who gives you opportunity to go there? Say research station, yaha. Now, Moody barrier to us, you can't enter here. We should learn a lot of things.
Potassium wants a baby. The only solution to the Boko conflict is for government to declare a state of emergency in Boko, relocate them to the parts of southern Ghana, and use the Boko land public poultry farm. Propose
Bibi me poucho. Some messages. Since I drew Hano. Mesre Sebeya men can cry.
Okay, say Alavanyoni in Kunyan some experts made the proposal say sa parcel of land in the Tokabano and military nin take you over.
Yes.
You could see a military base war.
Yes.
And you'll be at the BM. It ends the matter.
As I said in Tokwaba. Yes.
And Boko de Nyasa system that proposal can't work in this regard.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other messages, maybe I can later. I know you're unrelated to Komonibia Yedie. Until I'll leave those ones out. Reverend in Tim Fojo, they are saying me to Muha, Emma, are buying a rejected allegation, no, Kaka say we chantro. Subsequently, you bet you no say, and Bambara or Mainimu and all that. You made the attempts, but far within Morank and file. It be a very disappointed say national security and carry through his arrest. Subsequently, minority no so judge na mudende. Mebusa say how a crime ben na ban air fast so they ended this matter. Ebema obia ahotoso say indeed ni aban kan say ntro na papa na twa na sanete.
Oh, as some know the echo MPP for the enjoy that. I just want your politics. Enjoy. Now, I'm not going to oh, say, I'm say, man, as radio view. Okay, now, what did you now, Madame, they come from once now, because they are doing politics. They know they are doing politics.
I see.
Oh, yes. Because time.
Why are they doing politics?
Oh,
and then politics are political about it.
They want to shine their this small kakra micro minority. So that is what they are doing.
I see.
Because if you chronologically follow, sena asemnu see ye team for Joe Eddie asemnu buy. Why a presser? You get you right. And now, Mampenyu Krawa and Chelsea Bimbe Embe Cantreno.
Yeah.
And now, one mom was yen nianu wo assembly ana asemo kanu ehuhia pa antino. Oh, mo police for no, mo CID for NIB for no, mo collaborate with him.
Yeah.
Na yen hu be asem no ne tofa no bese. Do you get you right?
Sure.
Yeah, Frowa, usi yen to me Fro because you were working on behalf of the committee. Yeah. And now say here also so yen fan kofa speaker so I agree with that. I agree. Do you get it right? And now I try quine. Okay. Yen yan fanfa I could do speaker soon. Now I feel they only nam a TV ni radio station which maybe a track and offer. One and nothing na makachro say politics no more ye.
But say no bisu beka say near a buying spokesperson beka na astoki fire na ama wono da so na mo a wo kyerɛkyerɛ ne nsɛmu even though wa kyerɛ kwan sɛ mo hia me amo fanfa he
aban was spokesperson o tianika.
Correct.
Aban catch say collaborate and now won't collaborate with you one penny. Aban ba out with the spokesperson honorable Kwacho Fosano Fosu Kwachi say on metre otra then win you see it's not a credible information there. Do you see your behavior? So did you even respect the statement and anye obu o mampenyi di ma who respecting say collaborate one can say yenchiwo. Do you get me right? He didn't say, or did he say they should arrest him? No. As a ranking member of Defense and Interior, you have an oversight responsibility of all security institutions.
And your oversight in an annoy.
Oversight, no oversight. The Cotina press, our presser.
Oh, na say no the MPs be brave.
This information you have. Enye pressa na odi be shase se waye bibia wie ada chairman ni woni nyina na wie a un say oh baby asemi dru die asemi fa call pressa no you can do so now the pressa the breaking this intelligence wa we see wo intel and pressa na the break intel omu ye politics. Let me tell you they are doing politics and na omu kasa endra and now you see, I will be say honorable Kwacho Fosunso or respected president directive nana because President Akase investigation in Kosovo naming security agencies any investigation no.
before they could even start. Now ono aba seeking to divulge information and no near Juma was a committee no and no respecting the
jump a step,
which is
Omampenyika San. They've contacted him. Through that contact,
that he has denied it. Also be uncontacted.
Now then oka say enye onunkwa na yenti on continue oye adwuma
enye ono no cancer kwatwefo su ne kan enye ono John ne cancer
na hwan na ka say ye invite no proper kwatwefo su na ka say parliament
ono
na ka that
but ono can say
do you think he can lie?
Oh, yeah. Every human being can lie.
That's right.
But you don't have the evidence that he lied.
No.
You don't have the evidence
that
he lied.
The evidence could be gotten from analysis. So you mentioned that
would be conjecture.
No. I'm a former member of parliament.
Yes, but
they've invited me before. Oh, who said say you should move up speakers. That can never. No.
Government no.
No. Nyabotre. Say you're inviting.
Yeah.
And also muye property. Never must say when na basically say we free honu and I wish after media house to media house. So the government spokesperson as a somebody country near omoni and no di buy after say na credible. And as I said, they move from this na track and say now the for information what will be wrong senka or call catch me say this is the information I'm having. Time okudete so information odumi di mo bia time onaba yokobotwe eto dan bi wo Europe oton Ghana
Oslo de na
yes 4 million no mo ye no 12 million all the documents ni nyina na so mo hwe or your agent question
on the document ni ma ban na say betudwa
agent question be bia on the floor of the house. Do that right? I was there then. Nitinechi. Do get right. That is how you should handle national issues. Indi ne wo ye no anu na me ka say politics no mo ye.
Okay.
Now my main ganchiro say if you are a critical analyst, utie and now share the way minority leader Eddie the presser after everything is over. Yes. Don't say wakasa mienu. Who collaborate with the security agency.
Or say let's engage.
Yes. Why? Let's jojo. Wa mucho. Anything na Milan take I say. Onu na be mucho. Anything on my jaino. But I love that sport say on my jaino. Because right. They've given respect to members of parliament. Mahama's government has given respect with the security agent to a member of parliament. That is what I'm saying. Because they didn't do the same thing to Nilante, 7th December 2020. Ye chinu di tukabutum.
Aba.
Yes. In election, they chinu di tukabutum. So they should know. And they should learn from us. Always we come to correct them and they go back to do the wrong thing. Hifana ya chichikata. Enya sorry them.
No correct.
Omampenyuku for time. We don't want to go that way, and I will not like my party and my government to go that way. Let us follow the rule of law. Inti nan we besides let no ome Jeffrey speak and change. Say and Jeffrey Hodia will bend the rule of law. That I agree.
You concede.
Yes, and I was also happy, sir. Obian fan san obia.
Okay.
Oman cancer. And no man chinu by force say whether we have this or not. And also a check power when you do critical analysis, the security agencies have listened to the minority leader.
Because I heard video now home from Reverend Tim Forger's home and may the way back up because we say a chopper kosu actually.
Yes.
And may observe a video no to the end. And it gives credence to such a person. Okay.
So
we share video no equachria ebabe we no. Reverend Tim Forger was exciting the media like the truth will prevail. And you hear the minority leader say
you are not alone.
I don't come with us say I also about some now one some years in day or Casacha in tea.
Look, they are doing politics. And Nuntina the statement His Excellency made today borders on that. Say.
But there is one bit of this matter for the international community, the aviation industry, any certain key stakeholders. Assemble is settled because allegation in Kofowo Nyomujidi and for Ghana yen image any yen airport ne integrity no assemble to try government must still bring finality to some way ebema obia hotoso and na mebusa say how is government seeking to do that in the midst of when
finally the speaker is in and the person who alleges give or proof, do get right? Then we carry it from there.
Okay.
So we are waiting. Of inquiry. No, we should go and sleep over that.
Right.
What is the commission?
Some can be more transparent.
Have you ever seen a purported thief telling the judge or police where he will sleep?
Huh? Now that's not about to sleep. This is about investigations.
Investigating what? You have not given your information before we can think about even that. Information we want Fabra. And you know now
also the Beba before a commission of inquiry.
We do that. I'm telling you that when the speaker releases him, he will stop talking. Yes, let the speaker releases him, and then you see whether he will talk again. You'll be dictating what they will do. No, because when does an aeroplane taking off from Canary Islands to Ghana airport becomes a crime?
Canaria, rather.
Grand Canaria to Ghana airport becomes a crime. When does an aeroplane taking off from Luanda to land in Kotoka International Airport becomes a crime? Now, you are showing tracker the way the aeroplane is moving, but you have not given us that maybe these bags, containers, they have been moved this way. You have not given
evidence. You've
not given us that.
I know my...
aeroplane too far as you will. Nanado ako chata aeroplane bejina Kotoka. Yenimnyama amudi gumudi kwa abrochire. How many months are yankasa okruma? They should go and sleep somewhere. We are ready to work. Look, Messi said, Nyansa kakra masha or parliament. When the government is doing something that I've realized it's not good, I'll speak. Okay. And then they can say, some people can say, NDC phone kwa neye galamsia majetum. The reason being that ye na your power. If you have anything to do, we should stop it.
Yeah.
So I'm not challenging an MPP person.
Okay.
Do you get it right?
Yeah.
Can say ye na ye galamsia. No, I can't challenge you. I will not challenge you because we have the power to stop anything that is bad in this country.
That's true.
So also, Magacho said, I am the Sendra, Yanfa, Obian fan in Sanka, or Sofonu, and security agents echo.
Yeah.
And because they give that respect to the minority leader. Those are some of the things. Because if you want to
compare, but that is quite refreshing. So,
yes.
O desire need any minority leader.
Yes.
Na ede adwubre kakraba in the meantime. That's quite refreshing.
You see, we must continuously teach ourselves what is democracy and positions in democracy.
But my sense would be say abaya was will be a dintrono. Say opese o shemu nipanoma publicly. Or they say entro any politics na womo ya. Commission of Inquiry and because Anka he will be the first person to appear before the commission.
Commission of Inquiry Biam Ansi Ogruma.
Ozi
Ebian Sida.
Ebibresi. Basi hunu ku.
Shashi de si e no no mampenye.
Eba emaye hunu ne ekoso.
Nyame ka chiro ni se. Nipa osi opewe on be ka ne kra no hu ya. Na ye nto na moy.
Osi ho no be hwe egu.
Me see David. No. You see,
Muslim penny bedroom.
And yes, I am penny bedroom.
Okay.
It's an insult. Because after doing all these things, you know, almost see, Blabeka.
I saw no call the shots.
You can call the shot, yes, outside or person on to me, because we have national security architect in this country. And so if there is anything, you have to go to them and speak. You say you not speak, but you are talking about security of the state.
What if you bastardize?
You say?
What if he doesn't trust them?
Oh, when the speaker releases you, if you don't trust them,
then you tell them.
Yes, that one is not for me to tell you. Because of me, I want to say, Yanya to me. national security no and not say anya to me papa after the bury juma. Do you get me right? Yeah. I've been invited before. Yes, the police moved from Hokwe to Accra through the speaker and through my leaders, Honorable Haruna and Honorable Muntaka. They called me. They said, this is what we have heard. Honorable, tell us the truth if there is anything wrong so that we know how to handle this. I said, look, leaders, I know I belong to a political party. Yeah. I'm not here to disgrace you. Release me to go to the police. I did so.
Okay.
So that is what it means. So one for say we see you invite you through speaker. Say I invite you through speaker. We see MBA commission of inquiry. Damn.
Hey, honorable
damn.
Look,
and Mamika say all the ministers and appointees should be doing their work. Yeah, we will talk. We will be going to radio station. This is the second one. Free house, so I may call the third one. I don't care. We'll be talking. Because we are not kids anymore to be playing this chess. Maluso. In some money ben MBB and do a yeah, in some bonny ben or man do a krumha. Yantina krumha. Oh, yeah, your party boy be Kasa Kumazi, Yanchinantum. Yeah.
23 minutes gone past 4. Honorable Daniel Kosi Ashama, I am a guest. Then Cheme release Honorable now, Watwasona. Seth Antobam say, Odifri Malam, aka Breastfeeding. You say, I'm enjoying the great afternoon political show. Well done, bro. Thank you very much. Nah, I said that my WhatsApp number. Okay, we'll look at that later. Emmanuel Emma Wule, or say, Odifri United States of Kiseman. Also, good afternoon, B. Brown. I want to know what the police did at Boko and they have failed to cease fire. Okay. Near police for near Boko no and yatin was someone say Boko na abase mama prusi mama omujum. And a police for no could di man prusi mano and the mudium bumu. And a man prusi man say, na ye hene akasa more police for na mo be defy. And a quiet tawana police ni etutu obo according to the report obo ne name first. A brand any talk from no sound tokoso and no man a second a fire. And a uye and a spark violence. And into open who near ma police for ni yeah. And no report so far. The IGP is also out there apologizing. Honorable, maybe we'll see Hanama Dawase. I want to see more of you. One day a manager.
Oh yes.
So we can hear the NDC's perspective on a lot of these matters.
Oh yes. As for that, we will do, and we'll plead with all Ghanaians, especially the youth. This red abomono.
Hey, me say abranti bi video me hwe na wie.
Omonja.
Ready.
Ochina Ghana emudia. Ochina Ghana emudia. Na se wan hwe ho so yi a, ubon se wuni a Mwatina village. Ochina no TV etimu. Because onu wanum ready. Wa hwe so aye ne dwuma. Enye se school keke o. Obi tumi doko ko afom papa. Na wa to V8. So that is what we are wishing for you. Yes, remwa baby ade no kono. Say on say you will feel we crowd. We one say you will feel. Say red.
It is the lesser of all.
The evils they say. Red we omu to be esadi gu energy drink.
Yeah.
No mukita 20 energy drink no. Ni wine rongwa. Yes, remwa mrantie. And we wish everybody a peaceful weekend.
A peaceful weekend. A weekend you be chima ni bia na.
Oh.
And ube hechiri.
Me
okay.
Me senior ba Eriko Pokwa.
Okay.
Me kwa koti akwantu zuma mani.
That's right. That's it. Honorable Daniel Ashama, me da say former member of parliament Mabuem constituency on the ticket of the NDC. Yeah. I'll take a break. Me koba maybe a phone lines no na watchi mu nsem ya rape enema app. Stick and stay e basisia.
Boys and girls with a drink of Everywhere the party day. refreshing moment.
Big old drink, big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profit. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you're in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
Oh, Charlie, me wanna mean na ya me ya. Oh, person ma person. Say me be enko ye. Oh,
and yes, so Yom Herbal Lotion. Deals Generations Enterprise in Ediaba.
And tiene wo mu a. E ma ne bu achuma pa.
What ya buy mo ho din dura. E kuni pedua mu yaw kra na ye drink. Say entu unam yaw. Ene wa poso yare bia ase. What ya ne say obehie kakra gu nsem. Na wodi atwitwi wo ho na mani. Ene wa poso ba bia eya wo ya. Na mo no mo wa. Wo ba dwo. Amo yaw na ko. Na wo adwo say fom. Did I want to want some cry?
Wow, we just send it to some.
Enye ni jesem keke o. Esesa brabo nso ma wa setino ko yie. Abra wo bo wo dewu atra foforo.
Na menya bia to wo hen.
Se wo pedudu etu. Ana wo pese wo tu biton. Ana wo pe contract sale dia. Ene ye frɛ 024-473-0295 ana 030-295-4146. Afei so wo benya bia to e wo pharmacies ne herbal shops mu. Yom Herbal Lotion. Life is possible. Edro yi nyam ma pemfo. FDA agye dwadi kratu atu.
Tovila Water Solutions. Tovila Water Solutions. If na water treatment you define it. Tovila Water Solutions. Technical support for your water systems. Tovila Water Solutions. Water research deo, training deo. Tovila Water Solutions. Water dispensers, drinking water supply. Tovila Water Solutions. We dey provide water for your homes, companies, industries, communities, government and non-governmental organizations.
When it comes to customer satisfaction and professionalism in water solutions, Tovila Water Solutions is the #1 in Ghana. You can contact us on 055-2490-864. We are located at Titegu, Accra, Ghana.
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
One major flashpoint continues to be the Boku area. Only 2 days ago, an incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the Otumfor mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visits abroad.
EpaHoaDaben.
98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben Jimedi and 32 gone past 4. Maybe a phone lines na tumna nkoye di eye wie ene na wotwi nyina no nso wetimi abemu bi na wabekire wadwene na mame activity phone lines no 0551563916 0555657278 eno ene online sabefre na wabekire wadwene ewo na wotwi emu ensemo. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pacho dini baby Afrivi.
Pacho me David Akim or Trust this Kablan Fanya to you. Now what is it?
Oba de adaro mame ho Kablan Fagana ti o.
Yeah, me Brown. All the just started to.
Nampa.
All the year. The month yes, I see Kaswa Odoko Road no hojuma.
Uh-huh.
Kakra from Odo of Dakuma Junction, one I could see Sakamahono. But Malam Junction, Malam Junction.
Uh-huh.
Right, left.
No credit.
Give me an opposite thing I say. From Makat Junction neighbor, I will see Malam Junction total no. I say.
A quine in I say, Anna.
A quine,
okay.
And from Malam Junction, one got to buy nothing. As I come a cat. And what is an order car, a car, 3 cars, and a corner. 2 be outside in my say, or Muna for 1 lane. The 2 lane in my say. So that's it. The highway for no more than my question. Yes, because you have one and you bomb and also no shovel because your husband's bedding.
Accident, Weber.
Yes, that's also you. Dibra, Papa Bacasano, also a former MP.
Former MPS.
And young one say, and this will go part of the parents of Banco Mutito. You got a government business on your journey. Because as a former MP, who say, you will be a security service here as MP, but be a position of person. That's MP, that's what can't, what's the idea, and then you're fine. I tell them, I'm no more. People, that player about Ghana, I got an idea. Any idea, over player about Ghana, I don't know what.
Nampa.
And I didn't go to every my Ghana, and I can watch them say, play about then what they buy, I don't obey it. And no, it's not man, it's what I'm you must play with a woman and my daughter,
then now, did you not so cast a plane in Begugan anymore? When you not so a day.
Mina so make any say. MP no Okano, I Reverend Steve Fojono. Why a member, and defense committee, I don't know.
No crap.
And you are right, just a play back Ghana. Not say, a minimum of common and the Jimmy Obedience Sonia, what I can watch, I don't know.
And I said, information no crown so commit me so dear, my one more airport no so.
I was in an airport, whatever, when somebody back. I was in a prayer, I was airport one point, I just informed them like.
Okay.
I was in a just informed them.
Come in, him.
I put to take a play in Rwanda. Me were playing, but you ever go out to be out in Rwanda. It's a total moody. What I say, big round, I hear a better thing. I was Guano, I was Pocati Road, no. From Bayard and so on, a Guana Sati Papi. A director says, oh, my
okay.
And a man just a strono, or I had to be my N1 to Cosrono.
Okay.
Very
well. Medase Mobiso Embre Mubi. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Alaji Gado. And then they made a voice in a home.
Why are you? Yeah, we are very, very intelligent man. Who who call us in the voice. Yankupong Boa Basu, my pa, we are my Ghana.
Alaji Ghana, you know what tree.
You, my main boy, Potozu Abasu, na Madame for Nanake, Aguna Sabak for friends on the MP, and I'm Najima Panti, into Ombo Madina Uncle Honomo. Maybe I make a say. Your man Penini, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Was share about say, yen to Abamano. Na Abangano, or Mutime D, or Mamma Comet D, John Quasu, Fuel Quasu, or Multi Galamche, or Multi Jafuanum Yina to Galamche, Ghana for Yina Jipina, or see about Becretti, i.e., job, or Becretti, could be 24-hour economy in Mama one branch of the Yajima. Missy has 5 months. And 24-hour economy, Nigeria, Margaret. It's starting Fansiana, Yafam Mabuna Jima. Now, maybe so, plan no more. Can was a plan one Butu airport on for good 1 week and now. Plan now, one and I can. And our Butu on the move. A plan and you're gonna play. Now what Butu or be satisfied for good 1 week. I want to play no now. One moment, clear now MPC, now near my was saying, Tamu Maya, who Yaman, so I'm going to Mamasu. Now, Minya, the America, Patuano, me, full boku, Kuzana, me free. How I accumulate, the meaning, the peony, and the Akaboku, a capusiga. Best let me no more who was them. Yen Yapre, I am Tia. yen class yen na yen no ye kunku ye hu wi a wan na ye be ba be di na so wan na be kutukutu ama ye nti asumdie yen patro no chuba bi na yen ka nsem na yen ye de pata
very well
na oboko fa ni din fa efra oni nyame ajiwa
oni nyame nante Alhaji Gado. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma Bibi.
Pacho, nyame adome ho ye na pacho we.
Oh, adom ni ahwedie. Aba papa de ba sa na ne amagugu akwa ma otim ho se Ghana ye da chi ne ye bright.
Sa
ba ne sa o da twedi ampo nyankopon ase o ma aba papa aba.
Edino edien.
Eben
kwabenya Ghana tio na wotwi.
Eda se wa mama akwenye mama nchia e boss ba kope. Honorable Dr. Tony Obin. Say o be she Ghana for anyam enam appointment ajo Muhammad Amana edna kwatu to petroleum hub enche na magu akwan so na mink koso anka nche mampani so onka Ivan Sam Ghana gas obetumi adin sisan kesi aba hopa na me nyam be ma bibi wa hwe horror movie dan
Pachose
horror movie wa hwe bi da
horror movie
yes wa hwe bi da
eno na jo kram hwe bi
be da sepa Omaga na ho yetina mu 8 years na yehwe horror movie yehu na mesa na ewo parliament nanso yetimi tina din yehwe horror movie for 8 years ene onyankopon adom yenye Gollywood ehwe ma yetimi sire dije ye ni yehwe Nollywood ni Kumawood yempe we na yepede bibi mense na men bia asem na meka minim ye film na horror movie na yehwe for 8 years hwe yetimi di speak akọ Parliament 137 na ye bu ntenchia ebeka CS party motion na ye tna wo show na it's part of the horror movie we were watching yanka de hwe ye ti o manga na ha former MP ododo ni lante bona ye dey come we gu nyachi etu we bucket cam no ye MP anaso onye MP is it actually that you have me say that I don't blame the OBB I blame the party NDC. Che Ghana for aba overwhelming victory na yedi more John Mahama no. Enye bibi keke obi wo kra ka say enyamran sama nkrofo aye no be kire omo say ya to aba mo. Che na ne ekoso TDC. Che ni sama every 10 plots bia no wo be one particular family. Omo every 10 plots bia e be hwe mu bia omo kita 3. Aden. Yana yo omo dia. Na enne una wo ka anka den krapo na yefe. Who can say na president can say only security for them collaborating. Inti impossible security for them anyone collaborating. Now do man Ghana we MPU. So ku ka se uko flaster fast so Jubilee House. Obi be se uko say uko ho man pe no ma unko. What is really happening? Abaya ba power. Most of the yakrampo ne say obi that be a chief executive that's all the then as administration that here now you appoint this into the deputy. My information, my information, come with some accurate information. No, my information next year. So how am I for the film? Because information it's not even credible. So what I say, I buy cafe oh my God, not done drug barons and money laundering. It's me actually cocoa we cooking worth of $350 million. Again, another amount came back. I'm going to yard. Let your mamma go up and yes, you no more. Drug balance is Mr. May conclude. Let's let your Mahama. You move the Brabana yet to man. Over when is it true? Yeah, they didn't see that. We say a crown for a trail may word Emma Ghana, which you may share it. And I said, address it now. Think I train it. Feeding it. And the school for the
now so I don't see but my hair one nyensi eti defense ya medasi bebre. Hello, good afternoon.
Bibi.
Yes sir.
Ayi osrasumbi enkan.
Osrasumbi enkan so na namu akon.
Bibi ma menchi ame MP eye Obaitampa Aida adwasi duwa. Eme mo yewa aye afenyo maken eye minority leader in parliament of your bonus abas papa na jumadi odi of parliament no. Bibi NDC eba abaima ana cocaine ejwadi ebufu ewo Ghana. Bibi enye na nsenya na yachi cocaine se efi kepo so eba Accra a yachi wo kwanso. Yesi cocaine no
ebi si da yanti cocaine class had da e Ghana ha a good for my idea anya gufo ya cheye
na eno na nya aban na bebo na baso se ne agencies na timi ye adwuma no
na office e ko fa aban bi se man ka skiti person na skiti fu na abo modern na obo cheye because Julius no mu hu ya anko mo nka ho asem me ka me chemu se jati Ghana ha ana 2014 nda yele ametepe ani koke guni handbag mu akofa VVIP baby o man pay to panya offer no ahona na yele di koke ni ko faaye ye hu ha UK ani ye ko che no
na namako se ofa angle ne dia ye ka se ye score sheet na MPP ni NDC mo aban mu no mu nyina mu nya cases ni bisa o nti eno na mbo bia
ani e pede ka kire o mo se bibi cocaine no asem na ye ka no empenfo ni serious because cocaine ye chi na efika kwade ebe ka kosu ebe efika kwade baka na o mo chi ye no cocaine na we fa pray na efisa spray ho bag na ha no enye passenger spray o ani cargo plane ebe ya dan e wo Ghana ha cocaine ye chi ni ana ba ha da fa ko ya na se ayedi adwuma na bedi ye efi plane ne type paaye te plane ana msura ne type paaye
na se ubusa question ni se pe no ede empa na ebeye ya kwatwofo so aka kiro
ozo ba ye den
oso be refuel ye ena ne crew be rest ye ba ko no so omo be scan for certification enu ti no mo ba ha
bibi videos any pictures about on thing say sa put on the babo on no enye Ghana airport ho no enye Ghana airport
Wana na eka sa
oh Martin na social media be brave so mo ka say sa videos any pictures we pa there
eno ye nkofo na e kire wo madwene
me so madwene chese me hwe picture me say we ye go to airport or any ho because omri eni bi e Ghana for e dey na some function babo on no eye civil aviation boss ye inadi Adient no way, I don't see ye. Almost for papa na didn't crab about on thing, and so way because I need to crash a young tuna, you are in team for your air car. Adam go your beardy. Are you MP? You see, MP, are your plans why you fast for you invite MP, episode at Tuna no them. You saw the motor command speaker. And then, skitty just in John Tretta and command speaker say, you're in team for the summer means when I'm Musha Musha Mat. The only fear said. And Robert, I go chrono to the fee. At the end of Musamma, some people that them quite at Papa on the fear. And you born in album with 3 months upon a dinner war. And then I Musamma at the Cody fee. Seven channel. MP are a criminal. And some men are quite sure for Uncle Ghana. And some men some George Monk Ghana. I will go down. And some men some back on the monk. Say you record to get them say a illegal or high or the low premium. Yet you're gonna. And then all
right. Nana makumeda wase. Meda wase na makobi fufuro so. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pacho dini baby afrifi.
Baba that's Baba no because from Amasama.
Baba from Amasaman.
Baba Yaya.
Baba Yaya Granite you.
Bibi wuni.
Eji so kan.
NDC dey ye kan ye beye. On say Amasaman road say contractor na baso.
Nano minister Shebo. Waba on.
Say the combine no man the store progress no. Mama ka so ba anyuma bia was on obede obeto aso. Apan so we say 3 months pay ato juma so e koso gidi. And the tell say NDC dey kan e be. So ana bibi me boa.
Me too.
Yes. Secondly, bibi adeba ku no say you refi. Parliamentary for nkoje na mko bubu ya mu ye media. Sana kosi o se mu bisa nwasemo. Ghana for Esika and I know Ashiegu. So until you do maybe a parliament say Bangbagu so cast some fancy from news or ye Jumano. Yes, Reno. And I think so NDC. Yes, sir. Bibi can say NDC Nipa Nanka MPP Wakunyum and I know a police for no air call on national security phone call on and I before no. Ubi sanka ebejano edi ankakon nka bo nse enti kasa ban papa aba no nka mo reinforcement e soja for kwa ka ho aba ho se kwan bia so se yenya ba hore de sɛ ɛbɛkye ne yɛbɛgya no kwan ka ne fie hɔ no deɛ ɛbɛkye no afiri hɔ nso wɔn sɛ abampapa baa no yɛamfa reinforcement bia yɛamfa sojafoɔ bi anka ho because kabima mi kadi ɛne kyɛw sɛ ndc yɛne npp nyɛ pɛ na mmɔ yɛbɛsrɛ ndc ɔmo nyɛ ehu firi ɔmo mu na obi a odi Ghana sika bi a ɔmo nyɛ ne mfa mbɔ Ghana man ɛda wase
Medasi Baba, Mami call the next caller. So hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pacho dini baby Afrifi.
Afa Kwame ni Frefi Kaswa.
Yo, Kwame ya no ma ni so ma me wa wadaroma.
Aserio.
Yo, Ghana ti o na wotwi mu nsem.
Bibi o se se MPP fo omo hu nya on be yanti ade a on be ya create ni keke.
Me Pacho radio no ma ne nkofo ma me na me nte wonkan ye.
President Akachiro say who information uni security for mu kabo na mu yan hwehwemu o si wo nko and na just intro na odi omo ni hwi ma o man no o ma say o man no me describe o mo say John 10:10 o ma be kum ya say awia bibia $58 million for dam na $12 million for Kwalugu na omako bobusia $3 million nti asebe na wo omo nefi ma omo jaide no afanyo makini ni group omo jaide no omo tioto ya dwum ibi na me nka ho
Nyame enka ho so me come next one. So hello, good afternoon.
Bibi.
Yes sir.
What to say?
Obade adome ho ye na we.
Anyame de wa na from me asoni abani bi ya boan
Na Mr. Nokura Seniana
ni kata Africa so ba bia awa kursi tutu ko tana na to abuban boom ni gate na nam gina
se ma yes Mr. ni me ma me remfi
mo waya de ni mo akasa obedi bia ma mbi na ni ade aka
ebe ba so mi nsuro wai
etenso ana entu
na me ho
ayo ana nyame so ka se yenye adoye ibi ka on sa no atene won sa ibi ka obi biara wo nyamwa
amen o
ya sensa ko na nsa ba ma me lu wadi ma ko na se me nka che na me ntia chief of staff the zebra papa be bia wo bia nyame enka ho ni wadi ma pa wo yinti nyame show the tawabi to me cha na me fre man tani se ye fre na ego ai no ye jo asama on ka no ana sanso na Ivan Samo on ka no na on point wo mbetimi enya akina ye djuma papa asomo no no mo so manya bi no so mo ni wo mu so mo lobby di mo anka so mabusuafo no o manya bi eye enyo mo nkonko na di a eye e from opani we pacho wo owura eye MP Reverend Isim Fojo Sedende mpacho si so da o ye ranking member na meboa
me pacho ranking member
mo our that committee for interior ano eti ne pacho wo unya information no bibi eti obetu aka chem se Ghana ha yi security a
no krasa emise wa na tiko we dey fa cheme pacho wadaro ma sanfre back na mintwa wontum. I don't know what really happened, but please call back. So good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mr. Brown. Now what is that?
Nyame adome ho ya ni ana
Adenta.
Yaw Adenta, that's right. Yaw Ghana to you na watwi.
Okay. Na mpasa pa okay na samu kakra.
Pa Jose.
Iti okay na samu na mpasa kakra.
Oh, can be. Okay.
Ntisha mna nyana kura saka na wana that MP na batia na omangana na bataba saka.
Omangana ka.
Ntisha mna nyana kura kana no. Ene pena mi problem o. MP ne se antisha na antene de amun na se na mantana se. Antisha no na samne nyana kura kabia nyina ya boy bia because of Ghana ye se kana edikoshe. Kana ye nyina ya dia. Ntisha na nyana kura ese kana nyina na ya dia mana no atia ka. Oya na tapia ya ne problem. Pena mi problem because I ain't been ask kana no nshungo kupata. So wana kura kwa on kan to because let just say me nam no I dey am wa dan ta mi proud say o. Imi Abraham bibi kwa ano ana jashi wa ano ba pram say him na jano. Pero nya pram na mi so. Ejani uchi wa dan ta wote mu ba say nya na ta. Ta na kabia ro bia
nyana kura ba ja wan pia ta kan mai wan ya problem.
Mate, me da say. Hello, good afternoon.
Original baby.
Hey, Simon.
Apo mo.
Emi adumo na where?
Obo ya daro mami mo ya ba. Ipato mami oba papa mami janto o.
Onam kwanso.
Oba kata se ya bon pa sa ma nyame adum wakonya afikasie mu atena. Nti onji numbers na dollars no at least $10 bia on fan tutu your phone so.
Na Jubilee House where Bank of Ghana.
Oh, nye ho ba ya didi wo. Aduane wo baby oti ni ofie ti nye pe wo.
No de no kra where presidency but say ho so nchicheska o.
Ye nchicheska o but Ipaya ya bono no say obi bon pie ma na nyame hira wa den obebo afole ana obeka say nyame hira nipa no
say no so hira
ye hira na e pese ya gini na oji momo no mesi e choba family no man baby
mami tio yeah
me come say me mami ka kire honorable Jata Ipa mami ka mikro kasa na mi mratwi.
Opacho Honorable Sam George.
Honorable Sam George wa pale pe ta mo ne opposition no. Kaje mamo ka ya topoli wa lo le blo e ke be power. Lo ebe henoko nye mapi blo e point. Lo wa pale pe ne ma upedro ne wa vote an le ne ba power. Epe e bomode ne edra blo kan awo.
Meteo
wa nugo numelium un papa ka ade Honorable Sam George na wa blo na pia o na blo ne ngamamio esewo wa pa nugoli numeli pe na ka Honorable hisine ade la ne dra blo kan awo bibi
Simon
sa osuma oba
ni o kan no pa kire sen bo no to fama
na me kan kire Honorable Sam George say ye road bi wo ho fe ni go mamo e ko to poli na road na say ba ye kan kire na o say na oni power e ampanso no oni power say ti anyame adum ya voter manu party na ba power on lobby na onye road no ma ye
okay
ana osuma oba na oba ko na nia osuma no say onkoye na wankoye no a say o sa maniko ya nia open me bo a
mekre
eti yesra president John Mahama Bema ni monyamfo asam na okan ya asana minister no ko kan ni obekan ya aja beto Ghana mu concern about pray na eba no yesra no suma na osuma no enya ho adwuma na oye no eti on kan kire no na adwuma on kan kire no so onkoye no onkoye sa adwuma no because me papa to me traffic na me papa ka tell me say kosa issue new bremia na makosa issue na because of fair issue ti na me pass wa gia to me say ye issue ti obefa me sa ye mbo ablabo sa eti yesre no yesre Mahama pa midasi.
All right, Simon Miss Meda say Mami for last two more calls na first segment in Brewe. Hello, good afternoon. And I will say a evening crowd. Oh, with the facha me so line to call why?
No problem. No MP for this MKD in a time to answer. Yeah, if no more.
Mami to you.
Oh, sir, yeah, Mami Janto about.
Many tears so on so we are hoping so baby doing them.
Say, on one in your Bema, Kuma, your friend no prasa. When you call me on me voice, or see, or Parichowa, with the dear on Kai, more yet a didija. With the dear, a new Munasunam. Ha. Opening Nameka, a MP as some say, will be away. Ranking member here, they are winning appropriate areas. Calculation with you. Nanko Timmy sending down for mission at the common first. Nanko to Namon, Nanko to Namon one, Dibi, and Sana Quabe press conference, and I make a Senyan crack, Captain Senyan crack. Because 8 million must say, Orano, and Empino, and only National Security Minister, we need a number. DNI, we need a number. And now say, and narcotic control for a new number. A trimpo, a phenomenon, so we know the planning, so no,
ana enko kasa asem no e timpo a omu nyina boy say omu tonwum na nkata sa drones na ye di sika $3 million akwa kraba ya ene ye hwehwe drones na ye nhu no a wo de ba o my Ghana ye sika mu a 480 billion Ghana cedi say sika na agira drones no ye nhu ye ekasa amukọ kraba esi ye di check operation guarantee wo se den no South Africa ne ye hu sika on the kraba ye no sika no so we omo ye no me akata se ne ma no so eno nti no omo ye sa enye bibia yesre the NDC minister say your man penny ese bo say obe fight corruption bia MPP fu adi no omo mo ano mamo ma me ka bibia ntom framam keke enya ho sa enko na ye serious quality ni communicators ye mre enkasa mfa ho before somebody asem ne baba betu dwa no na manya sense mudi say nipa na o mudi sa bone no ebe fa so ni ensu yetumi agwa mo amamaduma na aye successful because bone MPP fu adi no enya bone ketwa krono amabo enya krono ketwa oma se wo ma no awudi omadi yesre momodi na bi a o tutu o kaso ye hwe ni mu sepse ma me no mo be chino
okay
because Ghana ye pasungie
Mr. Anokrasa Medase me for my next caller in fact my very last caller hello good evening
hello
good evening pacho ye my last caller odini baby afrefi
ya ni afena ya
afena ya bampa ya Ghana tio na wotwi
me say mutaka onsamre bi galamse na o se tita na fo a ye be deport o mu ne de Ghana fo ye ntwi NDC supporters yes for us ade no so and there's a Ghana fo no the prison na ya ma ne be ja prison fo no bi ne bi galamse Ghana fo na tumukura because obo se be ti galamse fo Ghana fo ye 8 Ghana fo ni o mu na de o mu ta machines no and o mu fo so kola no mu ye duma nti si achi o ma yemfo mu tum ni no mu na Ghana fo un se ni abre nyeta galamse be di NDC nya eduma be be o ma ye no so ma hwe galamse na nkuni ya e be di nya and secondly papa no so eni so mu jano yo ka se play no di cocaine dollars na ba no eni se jano ye tira na mama ye eduma pa Dubai ye infa kaje tia eni kasua gri nso no omudi wayomi any Ford Ghana for GDE ama omuti jia mama so corruption nti se bibia ba se ya omu fo mu nansi fam masa corruption ni empe any sa ne manema se no papa no kwan bia ambe fa so enye sa ba bank be sa ba abe kai no so ahye kapeta se o me empe papa no enye se e che no omrambe ma evidence na Ghana fo hu se asam no eye no kore na obi anji ni se yes o kan ye no kore enye sa pa dia ye ntwe NDC fo mo ni mo ni mre enye sa NPP be sa static omo media fo ambe bon wa o so ma atam we ba ya no biri u de se ye ja contain atam no na TCC de na ye hia Ghana bi koken aba Ghana na se hia ye be da sumu enyuma be se yo ye mfa ho bi ye de no atie ene ye ka we sa de bia media fo no be ba asempa de be ba Joy FM de be ba asempa de be ba Joy FM de be ba ye show
98.9 Happy FM 98.9
okay 5 on the dot. Graduation. Cake. I dare me see Amakai GBC. Those days, none way announcement, you know. It's a blue screen, a blue background. Be now much announcement. Now, but graduation. Hey. Ghana Brokeman Company, AKGBC. Hey, mekaye. Emra ni oho no sana ni efre no. Anyway, so Cake Techniques International eye ni 59th graduation ceremony and food exhibition baba shisha so 59th graduation na say for 59 years you know Cake Techniques atitenkrofo bebre na senior ensino etie no one said they are making our world sweeter. Ebeba so the 13th of April 2025. and that is in 2 days time. Kwesiada and I said Jumedie no ebeba so. Venue near Accra International Conference Center. Time no 6 p.m. MC the my friend is Miss Sweetheart. How do I describe her? So oye songstress and a dance diva. Me patche evergreen akosia Japan. And obey MC for Cake Techniques International one graduation kwesi dey airbe. Yes, come and dance to live band music, and don't forget Mama Love and so ebe wo. Open more info obefre 024 674 545. Messi Subiem 0244 674 545. Open more info offer sa number here ubenya sa information no efa Cake Techniques International one graduation eba so. Tasty Tom tomato mix ese menkan for ma say ene ye to tasty Tom and ye to tomato mix enyeska nti se o branda ye title no unyesika omu ana omo fan hihye bia maya usika no a wo mo eje no mu di bi ma wa ene atugu na bra na fa ho be dom tasty Tom enriched tomato mix na ye moa wona onso onu aduane a etu hwana nkofo didi me no na onso wunya sika we ne frɛ no Jewusika promo ekoso a etualai den ne obeye ne sɛ obeto 2.2 kg big can of tasty Tom tomato mix ni bi oto a na ubie so a eya lady na watu afri so no check ase eye ni ti na watu no check ase obe check no ida se atro 5 cedis so ana ya atro 2000 cedis ebi na 1000 ebi na 500 ebi 200 ebi nso ana 10000 cedis ebi a na sika botini kekese pe da so no eno na atro wo ho se utu lady no so na wo na sika bi atro ho bia no wo ho a eye usika eye wodea obekọ eye tasty Tom one distributor point bia e wo Ghana ha ba bia omo be redeem eye o price na the amount ananso obefre to free line way tro number ne to da bia me catchro said da obeto tasty Tom enriched tomato mix no na meni ho bia na fe na befre Happy FM mo se ayi me hu ska na me frɛ number bi da bi sa time no anya na mane ma ti fa number ne tro 0556 638 7994 0556 638 794 ofresa number where ento to be ofra nipa obefa no obekire kwa befa so asika na wo hunu ewo tasty Tom tomato mix lady no ase no sa ebeka kai se sa promo ekoso na tasty Tom enriched tomato mix beje wo de promo kai set terms and conditions apply ntia na wahye ne nso ede amame Manuel Dako Ajenedwa member of the MPP communications team ena afei so Ebokumsin a member of the NDC communications team specifically Central Regional Elections Directorate ma NDC ho ena odini juma pa osanso ye entrepreneur he's into football and he's also into coastal business inti ononso onimde pa ebo ene Manuel me mamwa adwo mamwa kwaba
ibi ajo so
aboko de
aboko
mamen kan che tie for se unze nana ya janto abia okodi sesi no onde ne ho sa nti eto da bia na niam abebom nana ya friend se oboa ne ho anka wo ba ni na ne mpanimfo ama na adwuma bi sesi a chese adwuma no anka wo paye ne ntem no aba nso adwuma no do so kakra nti ye de be china next week no wahena wababe dom ye na yenyina etime di nkomo no abo nti mfanche se nana ya jantoa nana ya achempem jantoa ene ye bode wuro wentimi amba adwuma a abeto no sere so anu nti no wontu emba Manuel
Bibi
boko de
trade on pardon wa ma yan kwane ahoden
ye do bo ade ase
nti de waka ne se de asedane ayi elema ne din no aka John Dramani Mahama ne NDC de because I say o mobile de contradiction and your as a boss so mo de share Ghana fo nyina no as adwene nyina ye atonsuom the latest one and the issue of double track. All my ETIAS, yes, John Mahama, my ETIAS, yes, within 1 year, or best of a double track. Johnson, the Sweden Kitia Cracker Chair, say, within 90 days, on best of a double track. And Mekaipa, Yura Clement, a pack.
Clement a pack. Yes. I
think somewhere 20 something of March this year, or Bekache, so say, or the private schools we are accommodate I think 150,000 students in normally they are ended double track. And there you have the equity and say on be double track in the year 2027.
Yeah,
that's the latest contradiction
from the education minister.
Yes, in the latest contradiction. Abba. Because we previously, as some of my Kebia during campaign, I said promises Nina Tonsu. Inti
also being a minister since in 60 in record time. Why or the 60 ministers in the Belgium? Why Obe set it up in a cabinet in 14 days. Or Obe repeal levy. Why we repeal betting tax. Why a DMB new contradiction.
So Castle Obe Frubia, but I want me free in Pacrono. So what's your appointment of ministers? That's an achievement.
No, and just appointment. And just appointment. Or the number to whom
matter. And your number, me see appointment of ministers. Any achievement?
No, it is an achievement to the extent that
he promised
the timeline to whom or the figure. Or the Bayer Juma
so 30% women in his government. Why? I don't make us because boss and not say no. Almost say 100%. Why best 70%? Or see or tax or more complaining about Bola tax.
One can be Bola tax.
And this manifesto also be Bola tax. That's some castle may if you are non count.
Bola tax and one castle be covered. Make us they complain about Bola tax.
Yeah, but what can washa it's in your one share home bono and
make they complain about Bola tax. Fine, COVID tax.
One castle be COVID tax. One castle be complaining one castle.
Remember 120 days now.
Finance minister no credit to Muka say and no a caveat in whom to ministry. It was set up a committee to work.
30% women is government. Or catch so be repeal the airline. I govern you can the man unkofoko forest eco mining no anyhow. Okaso the AI ebe fighting galamsey still are you work be anywhere in progress. The latest one
fighting, it is not an event. It's the AI may come in the course of time.
Says the president and the beneficiary of Galamsey, they should be able to solve it within 1 week. Mebwa. So se mo nim difo say elmo party mu a mo nim say president and benefiting from Galamsey, am betime solve it within 1 week.
Okay, so be Blue Water Initiative. What shall I say? Blue Water Initiative is restoring our water bodies through deploying blue water guards.
When restoration?
That's how finish.
George for the boys.
And no, yeah, what drink, but a bosha was share with 2 1 more.
And a bosha bakuso share and so very pili airline. Oh yeah,
that is true.
I mean, the most important because I mean, say your forest. I mean, say your forest. I mean, say your forest. I mean, say your zoo. And telling a gun of force, I will buy. But guys, we are also baby. Who can say the AI be fighting? AI not nothing baby. So blue water there. No, I job for the boys. Now, soldier no, but listen.
Your argument is that we're contradicting who or sheba when you on the blue water no so why blue
water no dey
say you be restore
Adidas boys and girls no Adidas boys and girls no. I a job for the boys.
It's more man na moye river gas na job for boys.
River guards no
na mo show yellow and black na job for boys.
Job for the because now we started with the military.
We never even deployed them.
No, we started with the military
officers. Money to train them. We
started with the military officers with the deployment, and I think we have to cross.
When you saw them,
no, they were deployed. Okay, if you have that information,
they were not deployed.
The person me say we took in military officers. So this water gas was just to augment the whole process. I can't say the blue water biba. You can see the AI be baba be fighting. You can see who AI because in I saying with the fourth industrial revolution now you no the timid copy AI. It's not important you can see who.
Na mo koto drones bebre by so man you suda.
Na
drones no cry ira.
Omo se. No, baby, they be a me issue I'm with NDC for and say they like complaining. Baby, they are not in opposition. What is that? They are in government. And you don't need to complain, you have to take action. What did they say? I can so being koto drone. The bakona koto drone now drone say say secure them and one fan to drone there was quoting no money facing the law. Charging no. Fani ko jina mbreni ndi. Ya ka se dimeni. Sa o fa mo akonso obi eni oba be complain o.
Manu we do proper kwem.
Me de proper kwem ba me plan ye.
Me be so proper.
Mo so proper.
Ebo. Wa fa pray.
We know we see.
Uncle Bo.
I see I can say better than yaji.
Osimu
what should it be? Na we say we I said this is we internet before Ghana. We tell the Ghana for Beka.
Okay.
Sorry I say.
SMB before Ghana for.
We na say mo dey o.
O say if you see the agenda.
I'm go agenda anti we dey cry ya dey fair. That is politics. He said Ghana for Beka no e di so.
Yeah.
And so far Ghana for happy about Mama's few days now because OTT abontia
ayi Musa na kwakra survey ne kira. I mean Ghana for we approve but still a good number still up.
No, na 73. After about 64.
66.
There be
73. 73.
Oyebako in February.
Yeah.
Yes, approval ratings.
Na 74 I think there about. Swati 3 months pen Ghana for Lucy Hope Mumu. Just 3 months. Nobody 1 year, they never zero.
Well, I mean, the color, so because once about time now, all 74% appointment not fear was that.
Yeah.
So the appointment causes some kind of problem. There are some ABR. I don't know. I was watching to this particular.
No, at the time I know I share appointments na senon and Kofu be approve of the decisions, you know.
But looking at the way
now challenges are coming up, issues are coming
some of the party members are not happy about the kind of appointment that is going on.
Oh, sir.
Oh, yeah. Because I mean, there are a lot of complaints.
Appointment and for Haley Papa is
because a mixed feelings.
Ministerial appointments na
mixed feelings because we say there are places crowd demonstration there. People feel that
say some MDC there no so nam
antini do campaign the identity unless it has to people has to intervene to come out to say so I quite response or say is empty and look how na written to abada if you say set we are set no be abadi to okay we na am putting the no dey am say odom be ejuma no be abadi to I think say better cause because for a manner am putting so by Ghana for there everything is on course. There's no doubt in my mind say you were caught until you see where humadi until me say Ghana for atum so no credit there because na so society am dey wan count driver ba me dey no so society
ba me dey do so
we get am so say yes start we go down further down to
no the latest one is rather indicating say a lot of people in the MPP prefer Dr. Bawumia to lead them.
The general, I'm talking about the general one.
The general one is talking about Bahamas, yeah, popular international service station. They talk about Bahamas too. I also what I saw said but that's 29 40 something who said yeah, well, came like 29 something, 29 point something.
I'll check.
Yeah. I don't have interest in his posts. Yes.
Oh,
but no more crop one. If
I thought I read somewhere the MPP has commissioned Musa Dankwa to do a survey for them.
At the moment,
I'll check.
At the moment, he's the most credible person in the system. Yes,
but that is true.
But that's true. That prediction I can also predict. No, the percentage of the Maya, Amber, then Amber, Okasa, John Muhammad, 52%. John Muhammad, 52%. Okasa, 52%. Go and check.
Okay, that's not my issue. Boko is on the table this afternoon. And then Boko Stephen Atubiga Akasa. Wednesday, he was caught in the crossfire. Emma, and I was this is Steve Atubiga.
The one was not so
now NDC. We are not or contested flag bearer position crown.
Yeah.
NDC.
Okay.
The man from Bendore. And he was sharing the experience with us, and then I've been asking IGP Kohono or Pa Acho on behalf of police for say a dear potting a police for a year a court trigger violence in the mayor Yakoshe commander fee na police for now so quarters or mote a dia rent a moment in answer for attack or more police ni bakwepra immigration officer bakwepra civilian bakwewu na nearby ni. According to Atubiga, Boku na abashe mrase entokwa ninti mama mprusi mama kusasi fujum. Omuntina womo na omundi omudwa because womo hene a oklim so ono ne Boku na aba. Ti they should stay on their land and do business. But according to reports, police for no edi mamprusi man enim diom ko kusasi dwom omkodidwa ena ahemfie mrante ne se ye hene ahyemra entena ho mamum bebu mra no so enti ye ntwe per the reports police ni tutuo ebo abrante ne nenamu e freno Fuseni Drisu Abrante ni tough for no police ni no according to the reports esa toko so man another fire on the ground ena uwuye eno mo say ni police for dey modia. So they are accusing the police of bias and compromise. Say adentina one side of the faction asha ne mra say ni epeno na mukodi the other side na nimu ebusa directive no so until they took it upon themselves so many police for no kwashe command the fee kwatake baby police for the police cars ema yeka say nipa ba ko ahwere ne nkwa. But the president has been speaking on this matter. Or say otumfo ahye ne boss say otukwan no ba eyade a nkomo esan to aso dendende already no otumfo ahye ase ansana na kwantu neighbor na eyade a omobeto aso na omahwama asumdwe aba Boko. At the heart of Sanya nyina so your politics. Because court Boko na mampurusifo no hunu wo mo ho se wo mo MPP for kusasifo no so hu so mo NDC for. The reason the MP Honorable Mahama Yarege's house was almost nearly also burnt down on Wednesday. Manuel, we shall see through with Boko and how you think we can arrive at peace. I should be back because Mentia says Supreme Court every actually nipa kro yo hene nipa natena skin also for 40 years without any challenge. Now all of a sudden Sanema we back up. Mo emra na more power. Mo ya ade bi e de asumdwe ba Boko for a long time. Masem say near Supreme Court to Akano, and no nembra, ubi be obo holding who saw a bocona baby a enchino. Inti nipa na wo frefre no ho bocona abano. Ye try na su abani ya arrangement ni say ma ontu ni na nsi boko because o si wide ntokwa beba. Motia ba mu na no nipa no court. Eko challenge that decision by the court. Oriniye.
Court has overturned on this decision.
Yes.
So read the first court in here.
The first the Supreme Court ruling the order that.
Okay.
But oko challenge the High Court ruling on him. Say or no.
Okay.
And appeals court no ejitum.
So betimi
akokrom. That same day, the Attorney General's rep file papers are fight the appeals court ruling. Within 24 hours, Attorney General issues another letter and says, we withdraw the interest in the matter. So the gentleman actually made a triumphant entry and entered Bokufa. Sad Danona. I don't talk on the buses, school nipa, stop buses, and no more a identification killing. You who so free hand more na you nipa. And it hasn't been peaceful since that time. Intimibusa said, how can two kings be on the same land and expect say peace be all? Because na me no ka say o kromo boko na abanso kromo. One ought to live to bring peace. Ye ne dean.
Bibi me da say. Me fa kwanya iso de nchia so Dr. Alajuma Modubaumia. Ene ne ho kanka for Haji Samira Baumia.
Yeah.
Ene Atiki Yakub the National Youth Organizer. Emma the new patriotic.
Asa mujina abranti echipa.
Say yes the chini yes in Nisa do sin takrachu said there.
Nissan there or son takrache.
Hint ya shame one no son takrache no. Nti I was saying because why be that?
Okay.
With no the former deputy national test coordinator Samia Oku time.
Okay.
So almost no de to me. Nti afia opposition the GDC on no so an obetimi aboa na agi to me in 2028. Nyakupo ya domo china University so Tescon omo ye handing over enti ochina MPP fo nyina ye stress obi anko Tai Valley View University fo echi na dwumedie no enyema bibi eba bokon sem ya me kai pa before the election me call one of your sister station and asema akubi na me kai and I'll reiterate it here say obia per development abani kru one thing in bakwa prevent a conflict.
Okay.
Because se conflict ewo ukruma eketeli development. Saudi no say yenwano mo boko ewo so mu. And I feel
because okay all major public institutions are shutting down boko.
You see? So there is no development. There is no economic progress.
That's right.
In Boku Sisia. And no there was say nkrofo mo afọ mo ho so mo ye ahemfo in Boku no e was say bibisa na wo so mo hu. Se be anya 2 million.
Yeah.
Say wo 2 million na unim nipa wo be runa wo 2 million ho fa so ne say. And na nkrofo so pese wo du omo so no omo so na ewuwi. Nyansa be na wo. Nyansa be na wo bibi mu. Enti ahemfo no e na sebi omo hu sebi I don't know what's mo ye na yen making sure says utokwa ene ewo boko ochina peace about the next day na another we abano fanko wiye because upaga na hanyina I think it's only boko
baby chieftaincy na
baby chieftaincy issues and kasa say
insecurity
like insecurity yes say you or ene because I don't know
okay raging war sisia dia boko
yes
but there are a lot of scattered cases no phone woman unity na toka bakakra la banyo mu nyina wo ho.
I think and also somewhere last year but so yeah ahimfo nyina say be o man kan ko ne yehwe. Yeah. And o man so ko ne nim a yentimi ko enim jao. Because you are part of us. Into some nyina mo dwe mu kuru a mo govern so na mo nyina mo beka ho. Because say who transfer doctor bi say onko bokwa onko teacher bi say onko bokwa onko enti mo ngasa mo deprive mo ho when it comes to development bibi sa na wose mo ho and na politicians for so omo yi omo ho visa de yi we should stop politicizing these things because mo bibi o menim sesia Ghana modern Ghana Boko is always peaceful when NDC is in power. The crisis flares up when MPP takes over. John Dramani Mahama. As a monokai, we 5th
headline.
5th August 2024.
Headline.
Yes.
Can I get quotes that says it really said that?
Anytime NDC is in government.
Is it a quote?
Yes, a quote.
Let me see.
And I also have a video. We also the MP in the area, can see Mahama Yariga, and also Eritrea Asama Ira John Mahama, Ekayana, say John NDC for motion not John NDC Mbra, because the NDC bar occur in Bokono.
I've confirmed it's a quote.
Yes, occur in Bokono, a sort but MPP bar now ignite occur make kai plan that John Mahama, because Okasa Semia na sebi entro nuicha because under John Mahama I will say that one to give it to you. They were calling for peace in Boko. Enti under your reign na ekoso. E so beka say MPP for mobile and the bar it's a lie. So you should take policies out of it. You take politics out of it. Now you need I hear for so for I for no so kotenase eni omo kokasa enya anobabai emo muti ase the reason why I say peace eweni in Bokwa eboboa say this area ma Dagbon and Dagbon is very peaceful. Bibi sa so ye here ewo Boko because ye pese Boko etumpon ye pese Boko edumpempen so bia you say ye beka ntokwa Mboko it should be a thing of the past.
Unse Dagbon de no na enuanumu danu ekra konwa no Boko de no obi ti akonwa no so de da watena so for over 40 years and obi kire se wo no
the rightful person or tena so it's a why can't
meanwhile all presidential candidates, including President Akufo-Addo, including Dr. Bawumia, including John Mahama, Omunyina Koboko Naba Palace. I reiterated the point. He said they recognize himself or money.
So then why are we here
exactly
today?
The point. It's in a mentality. Sir, appeals court no Attorney General and fighting.
Yes, they should have taken it on. Why are we here today? If politicians to be sorry. Eko Boko na ba ho ka che say when you recognize what then why are we here today? Why are we still fooling this thing? So be one why Boko na ba dada. Why should someone come in say me na me Boko na ba na ko fa ntokwambra say sia recently so me won say mebulu bi a mo Boko so e ba say can say yera Mahama Yariga shomobo before the election they say Oba, that's what the youth were saying. Say Oba or settle the issue because Ojudi said the sea should go to the Kusong. That's the video recently some youth from Boko and I seen his post be so the letter be I think about out and no Sandra we treating about the Kusong 10. I think sir he should take a neutral posture because he's a member of parliament for the entire constituency and yet for a section of the constituency. So you take a neutral posture and allow say Afayera Nana Santahine say only with the dialogue nini. As a member of parliament now on to us maybe you can say the former president the fan and John Dramani Mahama so say all twaso yeah money now the end of the day all the players yes at the end of the day and you nipa nkanko na yeshow yehwe boko nkanko na se mpenifo no mo sesi a etimi dwen saa de na no sure say shouldn't cast more than a week says the year as Sam George kind more than a week see a bit ended the conflict in Boko
conflict probably needs a strong politically willed leader.
Yes, okay, so the Kamamuncha Mampani on the one in a BDH. So you're born Paravan say, no book now, or which you have been to know about what
and why any
but question, Kokana question, but the point is that, I mean, chieftaincy issue no say we be 7 as a Ghana as a brand ejuma inside me because some ejuma chieftaincy issues you started from judicial committee within their setup traditional council Akoreja House of Chiefs if I call National House of Chiefs at National House of Chiefs then you go to appeal court appeal court then go to Supreme Court. That is how the process and the argument say my ya could do Supreme Court and really say as soon as you know you're here Dentina SMS to Kobim. And I believe that my mama said what the guy says okay because if you say and you pay maybe na abane twa ne person I didn't know that me yakọ court my court asa kase me siku no bi me ya jatu me da no e ba ne se na wo be free power okọ court eko driver tennis are you na mo bi be yes and na mo bi be that e ya dey amoye because your time no person I don't know how by into no kasa ya maybe according to chance ya o me be kofi into chale Elections. Yes. That is it. Hey. But if not, why would this happen?
You are deducing.
Yes, if not, Uncle Bo,
or deductive analysis.
That is it. If not, because I don't get it. I dare Supreme Court aka say or you way na or you legitimate so by your come. See, what about the beer contempt? And can call on the aside say because say how court to inquire say about uko say okay we are citizen of the Boko Township but now say uko say we of course so him so uko say say contempt to catch him we say young
say na wenya appeals court contempt assembly
no appeal court does not supersede Supreme Court decision
no not on his legitimacy as a chief but on
Supreme Court some say
Boko na bani ohene
yes which are Boko na bani ohene say we know
but
ohene say it's a contempt trial it's an embarrassment.
I get your point
because Supreme Court can say we know ohene enti sa appeal court here go appeal court less than Supreme Court nti ban say Supreme Court rule say as soon as we me know ohene na me switch no abako mo say ohene it's a contempt trial. It's a say, until na make say. But say me hear that say your man be motivated. This thing does it shouldn't even stand the test of the so be as we got to say we know. Na you see men kokro fine. Come on there say be me case or call appeal court no. E be a case or call appeal court to say or a citizen of Boku.
Of course.
Ntop kokro mo there and the wait na no kwat obeko. But to go there to carry yourself as a chief in the you are a scientist I know yakọ so a na ya mesi abrasi kakra and it be there as I make a man but say me visa ade was I saw a lot of press conferences over there the people are disappointed in us say the promise I will give it to them no and then na no
promise when I'm where
omo party say you can see a bar omo bo no be so say a bar you feel silent man because mama na beka say they will recognize Bakunaba. Until you say that's all
clarification, I'm saying. Which do you want or more recognizing or no? Is it the old one or so which one is the
old one is the Bokunaba.
The old one. Okay, and yet the old Mamprusi.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Mamprusi one now or your rival chief.
Yes, you understand. And then say a question bonus say about and I'll say who say according to the another press conference I'm reading on party say I say we need to because according to the press conference I say the Indian normal attack MP say MP was fan MP mami
no mami Mamprusi
they know family leading back to Medica. You understand? And so that is why they got annoyed
and went to his house.
Yes. And into me, they make catch up and penny said, come here, I don't see why. Because on some of our platforms, our people are even complaining, say, the process that Nanado Fana and Nejuman, why do you also continue? We
tune for approaching.
Because I mean, okay. Ndani Supreme Court kwa ka papa we won hini into two for query arbitration what
setty
the matter has been solved already.
Yeah, but
court decided.
But why do you think so court decided so we are still not finding peace? It means that I was so big cut into the by force back kwakwe
no that is a man
ha say what the man be adwuma be ne sen
because ye na hin say na empty ase me won krom sorry me you know see we ko aso oko tu
ebusa ko fabra okay uboko okurumu hwese ne obeka no
ebusa apim guye we see amane ne ko nyan bi ya ko traditional council you really my ohere ko court high court say okwana initial committee fast the car 7 one can yenti to go back to the mpo do kan ya say on the wakwashi decision of the judicial committee by the him per se odi na ebusia penin the key maker on key maker no say obetu this two some say do there ko ebusia bro to say ko do yin on tia say there yes you understand enti no say man you know on so that you can still go to court you na kwa copy and they can because and then I can
emrana aka enforcement. Yes. What's the best way to enforce the law? And then a very sensitive matter. It's you hear some eminent persons be key people na lead factions, you know. Beti influence or thinking. So what I say because clearly man should say nyemra no mo hwe. Even though emrana kasa so nyemra no mo hwe. Nti
because of the politics here am say it was. Of course. Because I mean how can you say Supreme Court akasa what you mean so? Na what you carry who now the kokumbo. Say mean so. So one thing media makers say so man be say no mo fast man. And also a political say the question report be with my here na kura. I dey motivate that principle ma. Government political kura dey. Mo kura you are there to protect lives and properties. Yes. And she said, "On you out on his wisdom. Akaza say na be ya. Ntokwa bi engo sinti mo kusase fo mu dwanie. Man pusi fo mu dwanie. E ba say na police ni me ma wo peace no. Wo di go for ko so go diga. And she says, "I be a side GP media go for me go for me there." I say, "Yes, you can want to only be."
Yes, anti-IGP ni patch the name.
No, but that is the problem.
Yeah. We say it's the first step to take.
Because I mean,
when it comes to Sadia now, Hinenimpo Kan, Bibi, about Ghana Memoir, who can tell you be freedom of movement? No. Maybe. Who can tell you be freedom of movement? So what you are saying. So the most important thing is that we should solve the problem there.
Not about it.
We should try possible,
but our constitution also recognizes the authority of the chiefs.
Exactly about that. But there is wisdom. No, maybe this is wisdom and approach. Yes, Bibi, it's the best.
But it could also be said. It's also a decision to punish the other people.
Exactly.
When you say had a Ghana thrive pa, Inti se mo se mo wo mo hene dia mo ntena masa so no
yes but say
problems
with this the conference that I going over there. The moment the people crash at the market, obi ko ta there bloody.
Yeah.
So I make us say the solution is not say member ha. No, but for now was for now maybe not then should come from the president but not from the chief.
No, but the chief has a responsibility towards.
No, so Uba Ghana memoir. I think the last one crying the can say the common meboa. No, they will come. I mean, I hate him, but common say that. But when say Ghana, you have common sense book, Ghana from book or the
man, no can meet was say
yes.
You are being technical. But the point is that there is also the realistic bit of the whole matter.
Thank you.
It is say oyo hene. Na asemona eda ho no.
Yes.
Pese de bia we ni we boy no.
Yes.
Before the president will speak, wo susu na oyo hene no. Wo agini be na le so do so ade.
When there is one sir, if your hene no chair ain't ngina. Because the hene no hene for one side. It once oyo hene for one side. Na small be can me and the answer say
they have respected that thing now until police for na allegedly do omu come.
They have respected that. Can you say if you on mampeni ni wo mo na ba is the same thing. It would have been the same thing. Far better.
Ade aye nyina ya je to say politicians shall say. So penny can somewhere omo susu so omo MPP for omo wo another side no ensusu ntie ni ono so
ba sa wo MPP man I don't say me say penny am that because every man okay it's because the influence and penny put for the there be oba me patch say once the so ohinema kan no ohinema keteli obi freedom movement. Oh yes, so I said, but you can't curtail my freedom of movement. So you make me so they should come from the president. Yes, it should come from the president because Onuna constitution amended to me. Say onye bibisa but from hini nchen obi a wonye mehene no on odaka so on tie for so no mra o omudi omkomu o understand me say mra say o hit me say mra o say uko afro wa memfa be be uko afro memfa abem makru say o ni say mra o enu
no they free
baby fakraman gokomo say you for o say put me fakraman by customary can say it's accepted by yes it is okay but it shouldn't go against the constitution say customary law na wa no say ma me movie and by the other side it goes against my constitutional right
now
my freedom of movement
and this constitution chini we twa obi osu
say we twa we su dia say no constitution can say emra. And I will tell you, the constitution. Don't you have the right to anywhere in Ghana? Oh, but if you don't say, the best is so court. You say, or here's a man,
it is not as if the chiefs don't have power to do those things. They also
said they don't have power. People said they also don't have the right to go there. Or some court say, or here say, money Martin or Katim freedom. It's a court in the money. That was what me cannot go there by it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
People don't trust
the system.
You know, another faction will have it.
Because you know what?
Reverend in team for your YSKP and arrest.
The last point is that Utu for no crown or cocra seminal.
There be men casa na ne casa sakasa no ye enimtiabu.
Okay, nana
Utu for Juma ya dia share.
Say crown. Say be ya ngo for class be hu say.
Omo di ni di be manu no na asem no.
No so oni ba bia oni interest be bia no. Nti Ghana no adie bia no. Obi fi obi interest be bi. Nti nya suspect so who interest wa ha. Who can go nti.
Yeah.
The man because a policy I feel now the watch my say sa sense krom ha ye no ni bia mani me data. Because obi an be do do be ka payment come say who come away nim. So nti me the message say be dia am na no man pin finance for.
Mate, Manuel, with the government failing to arrest Reverend Tim Fojo, no. Yankasa Semnesia na.
Bibi, asem we are
I think was it 3 days today we say Ndra. Is here a reverend in for Joafi, you know, is very sad. Say Dan and Pempen so are you drew no. But one thing say the person mind DC 40 as you say the new patriotic party
over the next 5 minutes
won't succumb to any intimidation in this country. Sebi Modi sounds in Huniache. I was some Mujai. Because the new patriotic party won't succumb to these things. You walk from her. Anna, you're Sam George. Ekotna, one of your stations. So, Ekaka say 31st November or 31st. November, any 31st. But my etia enyano form or say 31st November. One soldier be, adding a new maybe echo baby. He never produced any evidence. So he was as alleging. He wasn't even suspecting. No. It wasn't a suspicion. It was an allegation leveled against an officer.
But sir, you were against an officer. The officer could have taken action. But compare an allegation he made against an officer to an allegation he has made against the security apparatus. Okay.
Officer no any abino and which is very dangerous. Very simple. For some months near Ghana, cocaine yache close to half $1 billion.
You can say so for some weeks.
For some weeks near cocaine yache ukrumha close to $500 million. Cause to worry in this country. Young suspicion about flights be about krumha. The question I was see who say flight no buy and say amba. Issue no kure ba krumha. Flight no e wo dwumedie bia e wo said. The dwumedie na wo so di me say e wo so fa yarefo anase funu ekuro ba akoso ekokuro ba akoso.
But aban chiro ni ntia flight ni buy.
Aban ne say dey.
Aban ne say Ahmed e buy for refueling and crew rest.
Me that say. Ofiri na no okohe. When I was so arrested, I was Ghana.
I said, who does I buy a number?
Maybe I say buy and I say yes, buy. And always many say,
what you need to buy?
About for crew rest. Crew rest so patch. I say, no, baby, could be. And also, home or Ghana. In this scenario, of the Gran Canaria by Ghana, and also the home or Ghana, and also back to Gran Canaria. How can you tell me this story? It is a been on Bay or Ghana.
It is a Sana. Etia, and then a chile say play the cocaine bar.
So or suspect a suspicion. Is it wrong to see something and say something?
But is it a reasonable suspicion?
It's a reasonable suspicion because within that week, no cocaine abegos were momha.
Okay.
Gran Canaria so you cry you say
a reasonable suspicion.
Yes.
Find out information as to why the plane came.
Because and the information on the man contradicted the facts on the ground.
Haven't you also proven your case?
What haven't I proven?
That it came for cocaine.
Also suspect say cocaine.
Suspect say cocaine. And buy natural say cocaine.
I buy na carry
no kwacho for
I buy say matikuo bi omunhwehwem.
Yes.
Sa kuo nam aban te yen enhwehwe me ewanimu.
But na say president no so man be kan say any spokesperson kan no about to.
Enti one dey na yen fa omampani kuo no se wate no. Abege kuo na wate no. Ana say the spokesperson dey na yen fa nyu adwuma. That's the question that we are asking. Yen fa dey omampani ni di kan say matia abege kuo bi. Afi kura na abege kuo no. Omo be fa omo gather omo members. The same year Felix of Osukwachi be catch you say you invited in team for Joe. Abejoko na invited team for Joe one call. But the fact of the matter is Abejoko no cry establishing way. Yeah, me person here John Dramani Mahama need the entire NDC as you say. Sir, adi omuye as soon as possible omunjai. Na nya adi omuye and the beketeli the new patriotic party. from doing or performing its duty.
No, I was.
Yeah, oversight responsibility. I was Ghana for the Amayano as an opposition party. No, yeah, but we are so relevant in this country. We are so important in this country that we are 180 something. So far, a dear Ben Plan 180 something members of Parliament of the National Democratic Congress. Are you profitable to this nation? Nothing. So the new patriotic party whose account are these days. They should make sure.
Lay down your arms. We will recruit you into police service. IGP to Boku Youth. I'm just seeing it.
Oh, where about I do my report before I can't to say come video. Oh, video. Because I believe no.
Okay, can I quote him?
The quote him. Did you listen to yourself?
I don't need to listen. Me a journalist.
Yes.
When I'm reading a story, now you say Ubia can sem, now you the headliner. I go to look for the direct quote. The direct quote is put in quotation marks to say when you are some potting our can ebo your can no mami quote.
When it comes to recruitment,
yes, if
me forget about say. Have I heard him say? At the moment, I have no reason to doubt the source of this news.
Because he's been there.
The IGP has been in Boko. Mamin Koti, so contrary evidence be na when it comes to recruitment, we will give the people of Boko priority. We will give the youth of Boko priority. And so for that matter, a special team will come here to do special recruitment for the youth of Boko and quote.
Really? Can you call? No, we are doing no. This is very serious something.
Ibra.
Can you call him? Can you call his spokesperson?
Can I call who?
The IGP spokesperson.
IGP spokesperson.
I don't know, but maybe say okay, but I answer Waka. Oh. And someone Waka will report it. Okay. All the in two figures and also when you are really kicking out.
Yeah, me try.
Last we say because I think in our safe payment fever by pay. But the fact is that President was one Tiabejo President can say MP on board security agencies about national security. So on board evidence be on
one can say MP ni mwa or say wa charge NACOC.
Okay.
CID.
Yes.
NIB.
Yes.
And the National Security Coordinator, referring to a person, an individual, said they should collaborate with the MP and investigate the matter.
It's a committee. Yes. Oh, I mean, this.
It's a committee because investigation. All the state agencies will bring
yes
to do it. It's a committee. The first one friend of committee,
No. The thing is that so when you say some bar, say the phone quite some. It's a committee,
but that is for
committee.
Now you juma any say now say a friend you now say you kwasem ba ko ho a ye te ba sunku.
Yeah, but in terms of say so can president a committee or committee or commission and the good terms of
this is a commission one with terms of reference.
Yes.
Anyway, ask them how they should do it. Collaboration.
And now, how many information more for supervisor on the top? But I said,
because deputy commissioner of NACO said they are still waiting for a team for you to collaborate. It means that Tuntimi nkasa muhiwe mu na
kwa so I don't information ba
The other places also move find information from. And no find information. And yeah, no matter plane I don't buy now. But someone named tomorrow of who say play no be the cooking story they buy. I mean videos you now videos now I says phone recording phone record only say kabibi sareba 12 seconds plane bar some information now that some bar near and information now it contradicts the for kwati be cry no okay but me because some are some yes and a plead into a sort of number until could see by the number they'll go back and arrest him. I know, Bibi, but my question is why you arrest him? Why do you want to arrest him? Only person sell us to go back to the president Nakasi and Chino or Simon Cola. So what by voice? No, the same yes, go to the speaker. You don't arrest him. Wow, business collaborate. Yes, and this one from one about who complain about say be family and then about you man. Once I say family chachumu e chicho mo so dey. Once I say family chachumu dem your friends I say member of parliament. Who say I say family and then onye citizen. Abaso say no man arrest warrant to ho. Omo ko here in still for jo. Omo there is a bunch of Medine Bismark. To move on brand new the boku. I think that when you the producer they can arrest even an ant. NBC. Relax. The Mukodi weekend. You can see you fact you talk with you. Say up next happy kasi bo no and